Hello and good morning. This is Saturday Morning Cartoons, or formerly known Saturday Morning Cartoons, that I have rebranded for 2018 as Star Wars Saturdays. This is run for the Gauntlet community, which is a community of gamers across the world, literally. And in Star Wars Saturdays, what we're doing is it's kind of a living campaign that takes place just before A New Hope. So the space between episodes 3 and 4 of the movie canon, the Star Wars movies. Things that are also taking place are Rogue One and the Star Wars Rebels CG TV series, which is on Disney XD, both which are quite good. We are currently playing the fourth of 4 sessions of Apocalypse World, the grand poobah of the Powered by the Apocalypse engine RPGs, which small press game's pretty sweet and has been influential in some of the RPG circles. I love it. Apocalypse World is meant for generally Mad Max, dark, gritty, personal, and high action dramas. You think, is that really Star Warsy? Well, if you set it on Tatooine, it can be. Now, it's a little bit of a thought experiment as well. I have done no rules overhauls whatsoever to the Apocalypse World chassis. I have a couple of custom moves. We really haven't even engaged them, but I had them as setting. So we, other than changing the names of gear to feel Star Warsy and cursing with carking instead of other words, it's pretty much Apocalypse World. It's worked pretty well so far. Some square pegs and round holes moments, but I think that we have found our groove, and we are going to be bringing everything to a close today, sadly. But hey, what's to say that maybe a few months down the road we put this back up on the calendar and revisit these characters in this setting. It's all been set on Mosashuta, which is from the Edge of the Empire boxed set. It's a neat little small mini hive of scum and villainy with Timo the Hutt as the overlord for this place, with just a couple, so you can tell it's way smaller than Mos Eisley. A couple of landing bays where people have been sent off so far. So let's do a quick bit of reminder of who our characters are, and then we will jump into our action. I'd like to start with Tyler. Please tell us who you're playing.
I'm playing Alan DeSell, who is a Kamasi, a former diplomat who was off-world when his planet was bombarded from orbit and pretty close to destroyed. He discovered a secret that Palpatine was a bit behind that, and of course that's enough to get him on Palpatine's hit list. Consequently, he is on the run and has made it to Tatooine to try and hide out, and has been working for Timo on occasion to make ends meet because he's a brainer and will occasionally have to go in and pull some secrets out for Timo. And in our little party, he has kind of a crush on Malvra, which we have started seeing coming to the fore just a little bit.
Excellent. Thank you, Tyler. Next, we have Steve. Steve, please tell us about your character.
I am playing the named Mavra, Tazas a Togruta. She used to be hired muscle for Timo and has now tried to do a little bit more freelancing, though she made enough enemies that she's had to deal with some problems after that. And she's currently trying to get her cousin off planet because he's run into some issues. And it's kind of weighing her down.
Oh, those debts and that sand noir that you've been playing so far. Next, we have Pavel. Pavel, you still eating? You want me to skip you?
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
just took a pause and I'm ready. I'm playing Faceless. I'm playing Crocs. They are what's my race? I completely
Zabrak.
Zebrak. They are a Zebrak. They are wearing this like Sith burial mask that they found on Tatooine. They are sort of like unaligned with Timo or with anyone else, but recently they have asked Alan to help them learn to control the Force, the weird stuff But they also recently found a crystal that is used to power lightsabers, and to do it, they have to crush almost entire insides of Jawa Sandcrawler. So the last we've seen of Rocks was the Jawas retaliate, shoot poor Rocks with all they got from their stun blasters, and who knows where Rocks is right now. And since I completely forgot to post it, I've posted it here in the chat, an HX question from the custom HX move to Alan. So please think about it for a moment. And yeah, that's Rocks.
Thank you so much, Pavel. Last but not least, we have Lowell. Please tell us about your character, Lowell.
So now Rubless, she has a droid gang and she fixes droids. And, you know, there's a thing on the droid, the gang like building thing where you can have like their disease ridden. I figure that's more like breakdown. Like they're not well put together. Like that's the deal with them. So, yeah. Wait, what?
That is lovely. Cool. So, Tyler, I see that in the chat, Pavel posted that HX question. If you need a moment or more, feel free to take it. And just let me know when you're ready to have that question asked aloud. And it's already been answered. Oh, cool. So let's hit it. Pavel's question. Did you want to read it, Pavel?
Yeah, I totally mentioned that this happened 2 episodes ago when Alan and Rox were in this VIP room of what was the bar name? Cantina, and Rox definitely asked, "What did Alan do, drawing from the dark side that still haunts him?"
Rox, even the most disciplined mind finds themselves overwhelmed. Anger is the first step, and even I've given into it at times. While I was escaping, trying to find a way from the Imperials, I needed information. I had to find out who was chasing me. The person I asked refused to answer. I probed deeper. He would not answer me. In the end, I pushed too hard. His mind was broken. I left him. He may have still been breathing, but he was no longer alive.
Anger. I know all about it.
Darkness. Oh, so dark, Alan. We have some beginning of session rolls to make. Both.
Should we do HX? Should we do highlights?
We should do all that stuff.
Highlights first.
So let's do highlights first. Then that way you know if you get XP for your beginning of session roll. All right. We will start with Lowell. Please look on your character sheet. Who has the highest HX with you?
Wait. I don't necessarily want highlights. Somebody has to call for it.
Somebody's already
I'm
called
cool
for
with
it.
where I am.
No,
So-
call for it. Somebody call for it. Somebody's me. So look on your character sheet. Who has the highest HX with you? Ask them to highlight.
Bastard. Sutao.
I definitely want you to be weird.
There you go. See? And I want you to be doing it. Be hot, because it was just so fun when last time you were hot.
All right. Dance for me, baby. All right.
Yeah. Oh, you meant like, okay, sorry. So Tao, who has the highest HX with you?
Right now, it's Mavra.
You know, we had a very violent session last time while you were gone. So now it's your turn to be violent.
Ooh. You know, I've noticed that your hot is not so bad. I'd like to see Sutao be a little hot. Let's see if you can pull that off. That'll be interesting. Mavra. Who has the highest HX with you?
I have a tie between Rox and Alan. I'll go with Alan.
Let's go with Hutt.
Okay.
Also be hard.
Okay.
This last session. And last but not least, Alan.
I have a tie with everybody. So
wow.
A lot of HX going on.
I believe I'll hand over to Mavra.
Let's see. Direct brain, need mother's heartbeat. We don't have a replacement, so let's go with Hutt.
Ooh, take sharp as well.
They did not change for me then.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
well, you must have you marking your roll 20.
Oh,
character.
did I not? I'm sorry.
That's no biggie. Well, then I should do something different then. Wait, hot and weird. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Now we have some beginning of session moves. Naru, you have one, yes? Bonefield.
Yes. All right. Let me see. I'm going to try and hit the little button for it right now. Okay. Bonefield. Weird. Here we go. That's a 10, I think.
That does look like a 10, and Stal rolled Scent of Blood with an 8. So the 10 for you means you've got a 1 forward, which is awesome, and 7 to 9 for Sutao means you can show up anywhere, or I can call upon it, and we're gonna have to have an explanation, which is maybe how we get you where we need you to be. But I want to start off on the Sandcrawler. Long shot, 2 suns just starting to come over the horizon. It's morning. And we can see the first light of day as the 2 twin suns cast over a long stretch of sand. Far, far in the distance, we see the plateau upon which Moshuta sits. And we have that sound of the occasional squeak and a long, low rumble of the sand crawler as it is moving away. Coming in low through the hole that was created by Sutao just hours earlier. Zoom through and we see Sutao. He appears asleep. He is in a pair of manacles because Star Wars manacles look awesome and they can hold a Wookiee. So obviously they're good enough for a frickin' Zabrak.
Yeah.
And you hear a voice that wakes you. Nearby, but not on you, is your mask, Sutao. You are unmasked. And remind us, what happens when you are unmasked?
When Sutao is unmasked, they are afraid. -1 ongoing until I cover my face, and vulnerable. Whenever I suffer harm, I suffer +1 harm.
A great deal of lactic acid in your muscles. Whatever they stunned you with, there's a good bit of pain that was laced in there with the electric shock, and you're sore. The mask somehow cast down beside you, but just out of reach, but it's facing you. Those open eye sockets looking upon you, and you hear, Sutao, you tried to betray me with the Kamasi. I told you to stay away from him.
Sutao, like, Rox comes to his senses, to their senses, and they look that their mask is just there, but they cannot reach it. So they would reply vocally, "No, master. I would never betray you. I wanted to train to be."
You
better.
wanted to learn to control me, but there is no way. for you to do that. I have existed for thousands of years, Sutao. I will give you power, but I lend power. You do not take power.
But Master, I just thought that we can play the Kamasi and he will teach me and I will be better host for you.
I think you're trying to manipulate your mask.
Yeah, I want my mask to treat me as a yeah.
Okay. I'd like to see how that goes.
Uh,
To see if he buys into this. Oh no, really? I wasn't trying to control you at all.
yeah.
Oh my, that looks pretty great. That is a 10. Cool. Go ahead and mark XP because that was your highlighted stat. There's a long moment. A couple of Jawa walk by. One of them walks over and he like kicks your leg because he knows you're manacled and you can't really move. He kicks, and then they both laugh. You can see their little glowing eyes, and they skitter away. And then the mask says, "Very well. The Kamasi can be a useful tool for us. I will help you to escape your bonds, Sutao. We will return to Mos Shuta. I will show you the scrap that is kept here. I will show you how to build one of the most powerful weapons in the galaxy."
Yes, Master. That's what I want. I want to be good vessel for you.
He starts to laugh, the Sith laughter. And we see a bit of red glowing in those eye sockets. And we will cut away from this scene with Sutao and his mask. We pick up with both Mavra. Actually, you know what? All three. Mavra, as well as Alan and Nauru. The three of you are currently, if you take a look on our cool little map, I'm imagining this scene takes place in the bazaar. And it is, for Mavra, you are currently with your errant, your terrible cousin. He leaves in just minutes, right? And this is the, oh no, I wanted to go. Let's get a little bit more fruit for the trip, because all it is freeze dried everything. It's terrible. It's like all, MRE stuff and some actual fresh fruits. Okay.
If I paid 4 barter for this ticket and you don't get on that spaceship, there's not going to be anything left for you to go on the next trip.
I know. I just wanted a few of the fruit. They're really good. Things to remember you by while I'm gone. And so he's convinced you by hook or crook or run off. And here he is moving through the bazaar. Alan, you're also in the bazaar. You're talking with Yana. She actually came and woke you up this morning, excited, really wanted to get to the bazaar. And she seemed like she had some ulterior motive. Is this a thing where you would probe, or you would just whatever?
I would probably try and figure it out. I don't know if I'd full on probe her, but what is it, my dear? What has you so excited?
I think that I'm going to actually get off of this place. I think I was
fantastic.
Talking. I know, I was talking over the comlink. And, that I have a little bit of a something going on with Zoshta. And he wants to sneak me aboard. He's flying off this morning, and he said he forgives me for what happened with Nauru.
Sneak you aboard? That's a terrible idea. They will find you. They may even airlock you.
Well, they may, but I also found out that the ticket isn't exactly under his name, so maybe we can just like switch the ticket around and stuff.
My dear, before you do anything rash, make sure to speak to me first.
Okay. And she hugs you because she thinks you're on her side. Nauru, you are here because Jitters is having some, well, he's having some malfunction problems that he doesn't like to talk about. So he's asked you. You know, it happens with age, with droids of a certain age.
We just need to put in some little blue wires. It'll be okay.
Cool. So I think it would be good if around, say, the fruit stand that also serves cabbages, space cabbages. Mallory, you're coming along. I don't want to force you to have Jitters in. So let's have, who else is here? Is it
I assume that it is Mouse, who I'm trying to apologize for dumping him out in the desert and having him roll all the way back. He's doing that little bitching at me the whole way.
Yes. Mouse is bitching at you. You've got him an extra little antenna that's kind of waves around. So occasionally we have crowd scenes. We see you talking to nothing in air, just a big antenna that kind of waves back and forth.
Oh yeah.
And, just because I think it's great. I think is it Eric? Is that how you're saying I4RK or just I4?
Well, one's Eric and the other one's Iric.
Right, Iric and Eric. That's right. That's where I knew there was an Eric and I screwed it up. Eric is the one with the crazy long arms, but I4 is your astromech. Does this astromech actually have astrogation capabilities, or is it just the? Okay.
No, I took that out so I could fit in the MP3 player.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. So, yeah, he's just wheeling along, and the mouse is walking alongside you, and you've got a crate full of parts, reconditioned stuff, and things that you can fix up to help Jitters with his problem. And that's when you run into Alan and Yana. Yana says, "Oh, hello, Nauru."
Oh, hey.
Nauru, I was very much hoping I would see you.
Yeah.
I'll reach into my cloak and I'll.
Whoa! You're not gonna stab me. You're not like I know you were hanging out with Sith baby or baby Sith. I don't know how you'd say that.
Well, hopefully
You're not going to stab her, are you? Because if you do want to stab Nauru, I'm sure that's okay.
No. Of course not. And hopefully we will. Hopefully Rox is going to see. Speaking of, where is Rox? But I get distracted. I pull out I2. Something has happened with I2. I found him inert in an alley. I don't suppose you could fix him, could you?
I can't tell you how many droids I found inert in alleys. Yeah, let me. Yeah. I got get kind of serious. Yeah. Let me take a look. Do you want me to take him with me, or do you want to come back with me to the workshop and we can take a look at him?
If I do want to make sure my friend here, she's trying to leave planet today. I would like to say bon voyage.
This is going to be priceless. All right. Yeah, I'll come with you.
So as you two were talking and I2 was brought out, the mouse droid like burbles up something, and it's just innocuous, droid chatter, except that someone on the DVD and Blu-ray figured out that you can go to like a special language thing and see the subtitles, and it says, "Wow, look at the servos on that thing." Cool. So you two work out your deal to have I2 repaired. I think that's lovely. Oh, one thing that I didn't do as part of our startup is lifestyle. My idea is that you guys spent some lifestyle that you got from the spoils of the huge sand people and Daniil being destroyed. So that's why I didn't worry so much about that particular mechanical piece. We're good.
And I forget, I think I got a few extra because I was the one who actually killed Daniil.
Yes, you did. You got 2 barter specifically for that one, if I remember correctly, right? Was it 2 or 3?
I'll take 2. I don't actually remember.
Okay, cool. And as you two are talking about I2, that's when Mavra and Zoshta come over, and he says, "Oh, wow, hey, Yana. It's nice to see you."
Oh, what a coincidence.
I say really loud, yeah, Yana just said that she was going to be going off planet.
What? I didn't say that.
I grab Zoshta by one of his horns and turn his head towards me. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm leaving. I'm leaving, cuz. Don't worry. If Yana sneaks aboard, that's not my problem. I mean, sure, she could hide in my bunk. But that is all up to her, really.
Did you like being on Timo's chain?
No.
Because that's where you're going to end up when you get in trouble.
Why would I get in
this time I'm not going to save you.
I'm not going to... We've got this. It's good. Yana has a plan, and I'm just an innocent passenger. You paid for my thing, and I have to work. I mean,
I side glance. I'm like, Yana is a user.
I was like, oh, what? No, I'm a dancer. I'm a dancer.
At that point, I turned to Zoshta, and this will be blurred out in the DVD, okay? But I go,
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I want to throw him off balance. Essentially, if Mavra is doing any moves, it is my goal to help Mavra with Zoshta.
I think Mavra, if you really do want to,
so I want. Yes, I think I want to convince Zoshta that this is a bad idea, and he needs to leave her if he wants to not end up back in Timo's abode.
I think that is enough leverage there, that and the fact that you bought this ticket. So I'll have you go ahead.
And if it fails, then I'll actually probably
and,
go aggro on.
Go ahead and roll that HX to help out there in case you fail.
I'll wait for the HX first. Oh. Is that just a fail, or is that
That's
actually
just a fail on his side? It doesn't make it worse for you.
There we go then.
5s all around. 5s all around. I love it.
Winner.
There's no XP on fail. Sorry.
There is XP on highlight.
There's XP on you running a Hutt, and Naru, you just get my lovely failures. So the two of you are talking. Zoshta, he hears you, Mavra, and then Yana just starts crying. Because that's just the ultimate weapon. She's breaking out on you at this point. And she cries, and Zoshta pulls her over, and he's comforting her, and she's so thin and just looks so petite and delicate and way prettier than you, Naru. Sorry. And then as the three of you are having to deal, oh God, this just went there. You hear the tromping of feet, and you see the axes of Gamorreans as they're marching along. And then you see mixed in with those Gamorreans is a squad of stormtroopers. And behind all this, floating on a palanquin, his little kind of grab sled palanquin, is none other than Timo the Hutt, and Timo has a few of his Togruta and Twillick slaves. Those guys are all holding up like this, kind of umbrella type thing that they have on poles. Right? It's very presentational when Timo comes out into the people. People notice, oh, Timo's coming, and they start kind of lining up, and all the merchants, they know what to do. Like they're picking out their best produce and they're going to hand it up, and Timo's just sitting there smoking from his big ass hookah, chill as all can be as he comes along. And he points to one of the sand troopers and gestures over towards the three of you. What do you do? You're amid a huge crowd, but he seems to have kind of picked you out among the fruit. Also, Zoshta and Yana crying and hugging. What do you do?
I turn back for a second. I'm like, get on the damn spaceship. And I'll walk over to Timo.
Nice. What are you doing, Naru?
So, Alan, my bets. We can do a small wager. I bet it's Zoshta that gets airlocked.
If I had to have my choice, it would be.
See, you gotta maybe Mavra will. Anyway, yeah, let's scoot back to the back of the crowd. Maybe we can go to the workshop. My truck's parked over there, and we can get your buddy fixed up. Though I want to keep an eye because stormtroopers. That's not cool.
I agree. I would hate for Mavra to get into too much trouble.
Yeah, because we've got to have any blowback for what we did last time, right?
Right.
Heads off, hacking up, yeah.
Cool. Well, Mavra, you walk up, and
Leaning on
Timo
my
sees
sniper rifle.
He nods. He's pleased. He doesn't get excited because he's way too Hutt for that. But he does gesture over towards Alan. Mavra, ask Alan to come here. And Naru too, please.
I look back. Are they still there?
They're doing this like, hey, let's get the...
Like, what? No congratulations for me? As I look back.
Oh,
Trying to give them a little bit of time to sneak away.
Oh, man. You're trying to run interference here. Ooh.
Like, after all, I just took out the only one who's challenged you in the last 2 years.
Oh, yes. Yes. Why do you think I am letting pretty little Zoshta go? Hmm? Yes, I know about the ticket you purchased.
And you're letting him go because I bought his freedom from you.
Bought his freedom from me, but that doesn't mean I should let such a handsome young man go. But I will. For you. For you, Mavra. You serve me well.
You are too generous, and I'll bow.
You're getting glares from like 10 Gamorreans who are just like, oh, God, we hate you. We hate you so much. So much. Like in front of everyone in all of Malshuta, he's saying this. Oh, we must kill you. But they don't say it out loud. You just hear little grunts. You see their little piggy eyes.
What brings your friends? Looking to the stormtroopers.
Oh, he says, oh.
To Moshuta.
We are working to expand. Moshuta must grow. And the Empire is offering a loan.
I'm surprised you would accept those kind of strings, Timo.
The terms are very beneficial for me. Not so good for others. And with the elimination of Daniil, things are looking very good for Moshuta. Mavra, I have a favor to ask of you and your friend Alan. Naru can help me too.
Like, I look back, seeing it. Hopefully, they've disappeared by now.
Yeah, they're gone.
Like, of course, Timo.
Good. You know I don't come out of my palace to see just anyone, Mavra.
What can I do for you?
The pod race is coming. Mosespa. I need someone to watch my back because I am going.
I might not be. It might be best if I'm not right next to you, though.
Of course.
You know, sort of, showing my sniper rifle a little bit more prominently.
Oh. Of course you are not one to be right at my side, but you watch my back. Alan will be at my side, which is why I want to talk to him. You will ferret out any problems that are coming my way.
I will see that they're invited.
Good, because Jabba Hutt will be there. I do not wish to be embarrassed.
Sounds like a party.
Sometimes to win the game, you have to put up big stakes. Where is Sutao? Where is Rox? Have you seen him?
I haven't seen them in, I don't know, since the fracas out at the Sandcrawler the other day. Maybe they're lying low. I'm supposed to race, aren't they?
Supposedly. I hear that Naru is working on a pod racer for him. For them. Sorry. Timo doesn't screw up. Rich screwed up the genders. I don't know where that was coming from. That was not a slight. It was just a slip of the tongue.
I haven't seen it, so.
Yeah, one of the Gamorreans chuckles at that. He says,
I just pity anyone who gets close enough for Rox to grab a hold of them. My bet, and I'll sort of, hold out a, chit, barters. My bet with the bookies is that Rox isn't going to finish on the same pod they started on.
Oh. You're funny. Mavra, that's why I like you. That and your excellent shot. I heard that you were flying on someone else's jetpack.
For a while.
So he like slaps one of the Gamorreans and it squeals.
I laugh at that. Oh, those meatheads.
Look, the merchants, they bring presents for me. You take it, Mavra. Take all the food. Take all of it. You need it. I hear Zosha gone. He's probably eaten all of your food before he leaves, huh?
And this time I will, give a sincere bow. I'm like, oh, you're most generous, Timo.
I am.
No wonder everyone loves you so much. Slight sarcasm.
They should. He does not get that as sarcasm. He says, we leave tonight. Be ready. He reaches down and manipulates this little part of his, his chair there and starts to skim around. And some people start coming up like in supplication, asking for him to, almost like a king, like, we have this argument going on. We need to go. And Who's the person who should be able to run the store this hours? And he goes off and does his own thing. We cut to Nalru and Alan. You guys arrive at the workshop. We see the nearly finished pod racer. What's the one last piece that the pod racer that you've built for Rox needs?
A windscreen?
Windscreen. Oh, he's got a mask. That's okay.
That's the thing is I didn't want to put it. I was like, it probably doesn't need it. I mean, the rocks will go straight through your eye, but we'll get like we can get a nice cheap windscreen, and then he can knock it out if he needs to like shoot anybody.
Nice.
You do good work, Nalru.
Yes, I do.
I have to tell you, this Rox racing in this, it will be a test. He's come to me. He's asked me to try and teach him. Nalru, I have to admit, I'm afraid he may kill me.
Oh yeah, I think that's pretty much on the table. Cause dude, like when I was in the crawler, he was hunting around for this thing that was in this astromech droid, like a real old school thing, right? And I don't know if you believe in this crap, but like when I touched the thing, this like gem thing that was in there, that's like that's a sweet energy source. But and so I was like, oh, that's gonna be cool. But yeah, so like it belonged to like some like old evil dude, like a horror show kind of guy, and I had that real sense that there was a connection since they were both wearing the same mask.
Yes, he's touched by the dark side. That Nalru, I must fight this battle for him. If I do not, he will be lost, and well, none of us will be safe if this creature walks this planet again.
You think that's a thing?
I know it's a thing, Nalru.
Like, how do you know it's a thing?
I touched it, Nalru. I heard it.
When I say it, it just sounds woo. When you say it, it sounds like a really ominous. Okay, I was just kind of freaked out. But I mean, could he like do something horrible?
He could kill every person in this town.
Yeah, I guess I live here. It's where I keep my stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't like that. Normally, I'd be playing like the world's smallest Boss Mondo to sing his sympathies. But yeah, that's cool.
It will not be easy, but
what can I do? Because I'm really good with people.
You are, Nalru. Yes.
Oh no, I'm lying.
So am I.
Let's get your droid fist, that thing, and we'll get him all tuned up, and that's a start.
Yes,
I haven't seen him like today or yesterday though.
I have not either, and it worries me. And if possible, Rich, I'd like to open my brain to the world's psychic maelstrom.
Oh, why don't you do that? That sounds lovely to me. What are you
not gonna help
asking?
him.
Where is
not gonna help him?
Not
get away. Get away.
Okay, sure. If you don't want to help him, I guess you don't have to.
I'm imagining. I have the worst fear that the mask has taken him away to try and keep him from being taught, and so that's my fear, or has assumed him, and any moment may come and kill me. So I suppose I'm trying to feel out 4 rocks.
Oh yeah, nice, awesome.
All right, let me. Oops, I should have set my dice earlier. Here we go. Boop. All right.
Oh,
that's excellent. That's a 12.
Oh, that's a 12. Wow. That is really great. So on a 12, when you open your brain, dang it, there it is. On a 10 plus, the MC gives you good detail. And the question is, where is Sutao? Where is Rox?
Right. Where is he? Is he okay? Feeling for him.
So you seek out, open your mind to Moshuta. You do not feel their presence. Open wider to the, oh shoot, I forgot the name of it. So let me go down and look at Shantytown. Okay, zoom in through Rock's Place. They are not there. Span further and further across the sand until finally you see a sand crawler. And there's, in that sand crawler, you come closer and you see rocks, their fingers manacled, working quickly to build some kind of device about this long, metallic, in secret, away from the prying eyes of the Jawa. And then a kyber crystal placed inside and the container closed.
Nalru, I think that you're going to have less Jawas to trade with very soon.
Mos Eisley sounds nice.
We cut right there to Sutao. You have, as foreseen by Alan, you spent the last hour or so this morning. Jawas moving back and forth, some of them talking at you in their chittering language, slowly building this device at the instruction of the mask. Finally, it tells you to put the kyber crystal inside. There's a button on it. And your mask says, activate it. What do you do?
I think Sotao is like, they are like standing with this like thing in their hands. Their hands are like bound by this, by the bindings, and they just like look around at there's. I think they don't care if there are some Jawas passing by or not. They are in this trance. They're like, turn it on.
Angry red lightsaber sparks to life. It's the build of it is similar to like Return of the Jet. Like it's crude. It's not this beautiful device. It is built specifically to power that kyber crystal. It is brutish. It is a weapon that the way that it the I don't know what you call it, like the arc, the light of it itself, it actually drips like this red electric that kind of hisses, and as soon as it sparks up, you know, it casts this very gloomy, shadowy area in a red glow, and you hear Jawas freaking the hell out. And the mask says, "Put me on. We must return to Moshuta."
Yeah, I suppose so. Sotao like cuts all any chains if they were like chained to some place so that they couldn't leave.
Of
the
course.
Chains are like cut into pieces, and then they carefully like cut the manacles, and then they like turn off the lightsaber. They like kneel, like take the mask with like a great price, like turn it, and just like
Awesome.
the
As
mask
you're
like locks
putting the
in.
mask on, becoming Sutao, rocks again. You hear the clanker. There's a clanker of a droid. Their security droid comes around, and he's got the arm up. He's that clone era trooper, and he's trying to bring you in line. He's just going to shoot. Right? He's been told, just kill him. The Jawas are just going to be like, take him out. And there are the Jawas that are trying to grab their little stun their little stun shooters. What do you do?
Yeah, I suppose. So Tao has just had enough of this Jawa stunners. He just like takes the sword, lunges forward, like cuts like couple of Jawas with like a one swing, and then I like wanna take the robot hand, like cut it clean so that I can take the blaster from it.
Oh, sweet, sweet. Okay, cool. So let's make sure that we are engaging our basic moves appropriately here for combat, your battle moves. I think you're trying to seize that by force, right? That seems like the right move for me. So go ahead and we'll exchange harm. So there are a couple of shots that are going to bounce off of you, and you may take a little bit of damage. There's a total of 2 harm coming your way. And you need to roll.
Oh, whoa!
Snake eyes? Oh my. Okay, cool. Do you have do you imagine you have armor like by default? And
well, it depends from you. Did they like take me out from the armor or not?
They took off your mask. I think they took your armor. Yeah, I think they took your armor. It's gonna hurt. So you have 2 harm coming your way. You just failed on your attempt to exchange or to seize by force. So you reach out, you grab this thing's arm, you wrench it off, and it explodes. Just and so you're going to take another 2 harm. So that's a total of 4 harm coming your way, which is going to move you to 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, to 9 o'clock, to 10 o'clock. Please roll the harm move.
Yeah, I wonder because on a miss I still get an option to choose.
Oh, choose your option.
Yeah, I wanted to take definite hold of this arm, but since you wanted to explode,
it's okay. The rest of the body blows up, but yeah, you've got it. You've got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have no idea how this button will work. So, oh, it asked me. Cool.
Yeah.
It looks like you rolled pretty high.
Yeah.
That sucks. Okay, cool. Let me make sure that the harm thing is always hidden from me. Where is it? All right, tactical support, exchanging harm.
It's in peripherals.
Peripherals. All right, come on. Where are you at? Arm rules. I should memorize this damn page number because I just keep screwing it up.
In the
harm and healing, when you suffer harm, there we go. Page 28. Write that shit down. Oh, on a 10 plus, the MC can choose 1. You're out of auction, unconscious, trapped, incoherent. It's worse than a scene. Take 1 additional harm. Lose track of someone, something you're attending to. That explosion knocks you back. You're knocked over a low table, slam back into the ground, and it's worse than it seemed. You take 1 more harm. You are really messed up. However, that explosion cleared the way. The Jedi that was Jawa, sorry, not Jedi. Sorry, Jawa that had the little stun gun by the droid. He got knocked down. He's not moving. He's pulling the Ewok routine. There may be some other Jawa that comes up and shakes him for a little bit and then mourns him, but we'll not worry about that. So you've been hurt real bad. What do you do?
Yeah, I suppose I just like. So the Jawas are dead, or the Jawas just run away?
Great question. So smoke, right? There was just an explosion that took place here. You hear Jawas skittering around, talking about getting weapons. We need to kill this thing. Kill it? No. We can sell it. No, kill it. But there are none in your immediate vicinity around you right now. The sandcrawlers actually come to a stop.
Yeah, let's go fun. I just like recover. I like stand up. I take the sword and I run through the Jawas. I cut off my own. I cut off a new exit, and I run away from the stand crawler.
Sounds like it's time for oh yeah.
Yeah.
I will give you a +1 forward on oh yeah because you're using the lightsaber.
Oh, it's still a 9.
7 to 9, you get what you want. Smash through or move the series, but you take 1 harm AP and are disoriented and under fire and follow-up actions. Leave something behind or take something with you. So you take 1 harm AP. That takes you to life being untenable.
Yeah.
Wow. This is crazy. Okay.
Yeah, this happens when you go to fight without armor.
Yeah. This is what happens when you go to fight. Okay, though. All right. Degrees of harm. For each 1 harm you suffer, 12 of 3. Okay. After 9, unstabilized harm will get worse by itself. Stabilized harm will not. It'll get better only with medical treatment. Life becomes untenable. Choose 1. Come back with -1 hard. Come back with +1 weird. Change to a new playbook or die. So you crash through. You get shot in the back several times, and then you're running across the sand, and that's when the sand crawler's little turret goes, and sand kicks up, and you get. What do you get?
Yeah, I think we see like a pile of sand just like explodes, and Sutao is nowhere to be found. But I will actually, I don't think it makes any sense to change the playbook on the last session. So I'm going to pick the most interesting option, and I'm going to come back with +1 weird.
Oh, that is so delightful. Thank you. Thank you so much for choosing that. Cool. So when you come back with +1 weird, I'll just go ahead and walk away from that. We see the explosion, the sand, and there is no Sutao. Maybe, sorry, forgive me. There's just a little bit of his clothes.
Yeah.
So we pick up with Mavra. Zoshta is about to board the ship. He's got a bunch of fruit and like a cloth kind of bag type thing. His raggedy old case that he brought stuff in before.
Keeping an eye out for Yana somewhere.
Oh, you see Yana. She's like totally trying to sneak around by all the barrels of fuel and petrol and all that kind of stuff.
I think someone needs to know about that. Maybe a security person.
Stormtroopers.
Yeah, there's stormtroopers here.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, there are absolutely stormtroopers here.
See,
would you like to use to tell the authorities?
Yeah, I think I'm like, hey, what's that? I forget what race she was.
She's an Umbaran.
I'm like, what's that Umbaran doing over by the back of the loading dock?
So it's just like, what are you doing? And a couple of stormtroopers will head around to talk to Yana. And she will try to run away, and then they give chase because that's what stormtroopers do. And you see one of them put their gun on stun, and then you see the those blue circles of the stun, and she gets stunned. And Zoshta is screaming. He's screaming, "What are you doing, Mavra?"
I'm saving you. You don't have to like it.
He moves close. He says, "Mavra, I think she's pregnant." Just take care of her, okay? She's got a good heart.
You know,
She's just
Zoshta,
desperate to get off here, just like you.
like, you're the gift that just keeps on giving. And I'll turn him around and push.
He takes a couple of steps and he keeps looking back at you, and then he sees Yana being dragged away, and then he looks back at you, and then he boards the ship. And it's like,
And I'm sitting here until it takes off.
yeah, this thing is. We're gonna go ahead. We're doing the thing of like, this looks a lot like the Firefly, you know. So they get on board, and we've got a few different species that all get on, and they immediately start putting him to work. Like, go in there and clean this. Yeah, nobody's cleaned out the head in 2 cycles. Get to it. And then the ship takes off, and Zoshta is gone. You are free of that burden. Free and clear.
Yeah, I shake my head and go see if Yana needs bailed out.
Awesome. She does. Yeah, if we want to skip ahead to you checking on her, she is actually currently being kept at, let's just double check. Where would be a good place to...
Yeah, what is a good place for an Imperial holding facility?
I imagine that right there by the
Customs
bounty office, not far from Timo's palace,
okay.
is where the Imperials will set up shop. So she's being held there for questioning. And there's an Imperial there, a clerk, data pad, receives visitors. Gentle being, good afternoon. I'm sorry, is it afternoon or is it still morning? It's 2 suns. I'm not used to Tatooine.
It takes a while. Afternoon.
He's got that little, the little cap, the little gray cap thing with the bill, and he's got like one little Brad thing. He's young.
Like, I think the
he's pale.
Baron you brought in.
Sorry.
That Baron you brought in may have been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He checks the database. Oh, yes. The troopers marked her as an interloper, and that she was looking to possible smuggling. Oh, she's got some interesting charges previously. Friend of yours?
Someone I'm concerned about.
She's
Timo really likes her work at the cantina.
Oh, I see. She's very pretty for an alien. Needs some hair.
I shrug, my kind of, flopping a little bit, like you probably just offended me too.
Yes, he does not seem to care at all.
Like, I think Timo would really appreciate if you would let her go.
Interesting. Why don't you manipulate him?
When the hell highlighted my Hutt? There we go. That's what I expect.
Is that another XP for you?
It is another XP for me.
Because you rolled Hutt, and that's a failure, he says. Oh, interesting. You're right. She shouldn't be kept here. She is not in a physical state that would be appropriate for that. Do I release her to your recognizance?
Oh God, she's pregnant, isn't she?
Yes. Not that we are fully versed in Umbaran gestational periods, but yes, she does appear to be. I guess she won't be dancing for very long. Or Hutt's into that. I don't really know. I need to read the documentation on. I don't even understand why slugs like bipeds, but
Yes, please release her to my reconnaissance, and
Oh, just sign here, please.
I'll do you a favor and make sure Timo doesn't hear that you called them a slug.
Oh, that. He like looks some things up on his database. Oh my, yes, thank you, Mavara. Thank you very much, Mavra Tazis. I will release her to your recognizance forthwith. Hold on. He kind of finger signs his little tablet, his little data pad there, and then a couple of stormtroopers bring out a very miserable looking, but otherwise unharmed, Yana. They release the binders. She rubs her wrists. Walks out.
Like, really? If that's Zoshita's, just looking at her belly. Come on.
Oh, he told you? Oh, I thought that was going to be our secret. You turned me in. I should hate you. I could have snuck on. I would be off this rock.
Or you would have gotten Zoshita in trouble.
Oh, Zoshita's smart. You don't give him enough credit.
Like, I've known Zoshita since he was born. I usually won't accuse him of being smart.
Well, he likes me. That makes him smart.
Now let's get you back to your place. And then I have to talk to a couple of people.
I'm not getting rid of it.
Like, how? No.
And if you think you're going to kill me and tell Zoshita that, well, just, you've got another thing coming.
If I wanted you dead, I would have killed you already.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Now get cleaned up, because you need to start making some coin to get off this planet, honestly.
I've never earned an honest credit in my life.
Oh, dear Lord. Like, come on.
Okay, well, I can still dance. I'm not showing. Like, you didn't even know. I'll just go back to the cantina.
So I'm dragging her out of the bounty office.
Yep.
And I'm going to deposit her at the cantina on my way to see Alan. On the way to Alan's flat.
Awesome. Cool. So you head to Alan's flat. We're going to cut scene. Actually, I'm going to take a quick bio break.
Sure.
And we will pick back up with Nauru in the garage when Rox shows up. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Okay.
had been tempted to suggest that Nauru and I had been moving towards rocks, but that scene ended up being way too pretty for that.
All these bad rolls for poor Mavra.
That was fun. That was a fun opera scene there.
That's a good scene.
From one burden to another.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Not sorry.
I am hoping to get an opportunity to take rocks into the mother's heartbeat at some point. I do want to.
That is so crazy.
I do want to attempt that.
Yeah,
So that'd be fun.
Well, I mean,
Is that from what, Child Thing?
Yeah.
Never seen that.
I knew a faceless took it in a game that I ran, and it was insane.
It's a neat move, and it really.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
Really kind of opened up exactly what I had been thinking of for this character. I mean, it was a great find. It locked everything in for me.
Yeah, that's a really good one for Force user.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Does just because I'm not sure of the system enough to know. Does he come back still hurt?
I don't think so. I'm gonna say he doesn't.
Similar to Monster Heart's harm. Untenable.
Maybe Pavel, when you come back, you come back unhurt, right? You come back. You're back. When life becomes untenable, choose one. You come back.
Yeah, that's the thing I never found in the rules.
So it says, actually in the rules, 205, if the player chooses to come back, you decide as an MC whether the character comes back unharmed or with harm remaining.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Oh, cool.
And, it says if you choose to have her come back at 9 or past, at least let her be stabilized. So you can conceivably just, bring them back with, almost full harm just at 9 o'clock.
You say 205?
Yep.
Either way on that.
Sorry,
cool.
205 of my PDF, which is probably the singles. So it's page 207 in the book.
When life becomes untenable. There we go.
Sorry, I use everything on the PDF just so I can search through and find.
Yeah, no,
words.
I usually do too. I just had the book out. Oh, Lowell's back. Awesome.
Sorry.
No need. I got a chance to look up a rule, so it was perfect. It was time well spent. What's your poison there, Lowell? What you drinking?
Second class Coke Zero, the sad second generation to my favorite diet soda.
What's your favorite?
Coke Zero, the original version before they changed the formulation.
Oh, I didn't know they changed the formula.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
you're not the only one I've heard who's not happy.
I have written. I don't usually do this, but I have written multiple letters.
Multiple letters
to complain.
My wife she called me. She went out with her mother and grandmother's down visiting, and they for some reason ended up at the Family Dollar. And she said she was talking to me on the phone. She goes, "Oh, I'm really thirsty. I'm going to get this Diet Pepsi." And she looked at me. She goes, "Ugh, it's the old one. Like before they switched to Splenda. Like it was that old. That was years ago." I said, "Don't get that." She said, "This one has aspartame." Said, "Don't get it. It's as old as Donovan." He's 12. All right. We pick up with Nauru. Just happen to be putting on the finishing touches of the pod racer. Everything but the windscreen. Jitters has been fixed. You've taken care of that problem for him. And
got my airbrush out. Got my stencils. Doing the flames.
Oh, kick ass. That's nice. I see you're doing the little detail work. And There's just like this reddish glow, and you turn around and you see standing before you, tall, mask on, his rocks looming over you.
Naru, how is the bike? Is it ready to race?
Yes, it is.
Perfect.
You can take a look at it right here.
Yeah.
I did not. When did he get here? How the door didn't open?
Just stay there and don't comment. And then it's like, get on the speeder, just like turn on the engine, like.
When he steps into it, you see on his belt is a. I don't know if you've seen. Holo.
I have seen that before in a vision.
Yeah. I guess you have. That's right.
So I sit on the. I take a seat and take the driver position, like turn on the engine. Like, yes. Is it fast?
Yes, it's very fast. Very fast. I can open the garage bay if you want to go driving around.
Yeah, if I am to win the competition, I should get familiar to how it drives.
Yeah. You should absolutely practice it for a long time.
Cool. Everything okay when I was gone?
Alan was asking after you. I don't know why. I have no idea why.
Yes, I should probably go and visit Alan. I hope he will be at the races. Need some jingle to buy some junk.
Absolutely. Get a new set of clothes, that kind of thing.
Yes, these ones they're like pierced through some blasters, and like sand is like dripping off of them. They're like holes. Yes, need some new clothes.
You kind of smell like a Jawa.
Ooh, low blow.
Just so you know.
Ixnay on the insults A with I labor say.
I jam a screwdriver in his mouth and flick it to off.
Don't care.
Fair enough. Lifestyles.
You're coming for the races as well, Naru?
Yeah. I got the word that Timo wants some people helping him out.
You know that there is quite a barter to win if you make Timo speeders run slower. It increases our chances of sharing the spoils.
That is a thing that someone could do, yeah. You should really ride your bike, check it out, get used to it, test the handling, and that way, if there's a problem with the handling or anything, you can come back to me and tell me, and I can tune it up for you. Sound good?
Very well. I will get back to you, and in the meantime, please seriously consider this.
I will seriously consider it, and you should seriously consider how useful I am to you while I'm breathing.
Naru, I always considered you my friend. You were always useful.
Nice.
Yeah, and I drive off and speed through the desert to see how it drives.
Awesome. I love the sound effects for the pod racers. And the mouse droid burble something, and the subtitles it says, "We are carking screwed."
Yes, I turn to the mouse droid and I go and tell Alan as fast as you can that Rox is back. Now.
Mouse droid takes off. So we pick up with Mavra. Question, Mavra. Do you actually have a bounty hunter's license?
That is a good question. I would imagine yes.
Oh, cool. So as you're walking towards Alan's flat, you hear a bleep on your comlink that there is a new update. In sector, in sector like on Tatooine, update for an arrival having been sighted. The near human designated Aura Singh, 150,000 credit bounty for crimes against the Republic. It's an old bounty.
Wow.
But still active.
Significant one. I'll continue reading it as I'm walking. Does it say, does it have like a picture?
It does. There's your picture.
There's a picture.
She's like pale white and has this weird antenna coming out of
thing.
Top knot and a weird antenna thing coming out of the top of her head.
Okay. Noted. What crimes?
It is a laundry list. She is an assassin.
Dear.
And she's taken out a number of important political figures and is actually linked to the murders of several Jedi. But that's quite a while ago. And she's also a known associate of Boba Fett.
Yeah, you see that just, as I'm scrolling by, as if, I stopped reading after Assassin,
Yeah.
Yeah, I knock on.
That's when she quit.
Knock on Alan's door.
Yeah, Alan.
Come in. Mavra, how good to see you.
Like, what a day.
Did your cousin leave without incident?
Surprisingly, yes. And no.
Oh. Well.
Got a drink?
Of course. I'll go and pour something. But he is gone.
He is gone. And he's left a little bit of himself behind.
Oh dear, did you cut off his arm?
No, Yana is pregnant.
Oh dear.
As I shoot back the drink.
Well.
And this is why I told him to stay away from her.
She can be very persuasive. Her assets are tremendous.
I have seen them.
Well,
everyone at the cantina has.
Well, don't worry. We will take care of this. You're going to be an aunt. Well, I suppose cousin rather than aunt.
Now I have to make sure that she stays healthy, or at least gets somewhere where she can be safe. One thing to another.
Do you know if you need anything? I'm always here to help you, Mavra.
Sort of cock my head and you have been a great friend.
I came to this rock thinking I would never find anything worth living for again. And in this desert, I found a flower that bloomed.
Robert, I was just looking at you quizzically. I've spent way too much time among Gamorreans to have seen what's probably been staring me in the face for so long.
I think I'm going to move up and try and kiss you, which may be one of the most awkward thing ever seen on screen.
I'm sitting down.
That's good.
That's helpful.
I imagine my proboscis lifts as I kiss you.
I think we see that.
Nice. We have the little John Williams music swell a bit.
And I'm pretty sure no one in the audience wants to see any more.
Yeah.
I agree. So do we fade to black? Do you guys, I think, sex moves fire here?
Sure.
Yes. Does that sound good? It's the last session. Go for it.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I have no idea what that is for Gunlocker.
I'm going to do a deep brain scan on you.
Oh yeah, of course you are.
Yeah.
I take +1 forward at my option. They will also take +1 forward. So go ahead and take +1 forward.
Thank you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, Rich, you get to choose the questions.
Oh,
my
that's
sex move.
right. Let's see.
Brainer actually has to roll on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, still have to roll as normal.
Huh. Interesting.
But you are rolling weird, which means...
Yeah. That's true. So, one question, Rich.
Cool. Did you fail?
I rolled a 9.
Oh, okay. We haven't heard any of these for Mavra, correct?
Correct.
No.
So the questions are: what was your character's lowest moment? For what does your character crave forgiveness, and of whom? What are your character's secret pains? And in what ways are your character's mind and soul vulnerable? They're all so, after such a loving act, you would draw such sadness and pain. Mavra, please, please tell Alan. In what ways are your character's mind and soul vulnerable?
Alan, I am not nearly as independent as I make myself out to be. I mean, sort of almost genetically encoded in the Togruta as a sense of communal, sharing and togetherness. So you can see that, family is probably my number one weakness. And how, as much as I was difficult with Zoshta around, I'm actually glad that, Yana is pregnant with his child.
I suppose we'll see kind of Alan holding, well, probably more like you holding Alan close, but you never need to worry about being alone. I am with you.
Aww.
And then that moment of intimacy is disrupted as something thuds against the door. And then it thuds again. It's like a metallic on a metallic thing.
I'll go and throw something on and open the door.
Cool. And then as you do, a little mouse droid comes zipping in. A little antenna whizzes by you. Trails in some sand.
And what is it, little guy?
He throws up a little hollow of of Nauru, because I think that's fun.
So, Rox is back. Just telling you.
Beep.
Like, he'll be racing.
Yes. Mavra, I should tell you, he has something very dark is rising in him. It will be dangerous.
Like, then you'll be in a perfect spot to see him. Timo wants you by their side at the race tomorrow.
Oh, well. Then yes.
Don't worry. I'll be keeping an eye on Timo and you as well. Probably from, well, I'm sure you won't see me.
Mavra, if the darkness takes Rox, you will have to kill him. Otherwise, he will destroy us all.
You're going to need to give me a signal or something. I just assumed Rox always was taken by the darkness.
There is something in him. Something still good.
I've seen him angry, yes.
There's a light still inside of him. But, yes, if...
Give me a signal if
I will let you know.
If he needs to be, or if they need to be restrained.
Yes.
Nice. Nice. We'll bring that scene to a close. We open up in the bright light of day, and we have kind of a camera shot that's sweeping in over Mos Espa, and I, on roll 20, am going to move all of you guys forcefully to cool picture. See if I can do this. Nope, I screwed that up. Okay, grab the players. And yes, I think that worked. Okay. So hopefully you guys are now seeing the Mos Espa circuit map. I think. There we go. I'm in it too. I love this little map. It's one of the cool, it's got all the cool call outs and everything like that. So Mos Espa circuit, I think, is pretty dope looking. It is not, it does have Beggar's Canyon in it because we have to have Beggar's Canyon, right? It's canon. It's the best canon. And we see there are 30 or more pod racers all lined up, row 5 to 6 deep. Pod racers are the 2 jet engines that are tethered back to effectively. It's almost like chariot racing, right? It's space chariot racing. So you have the cockpit, as it were, and this is very presentational. There are several different species who are all carrying flags for the different groups that are represented. And Jabba the Hutt is here, as is Timo. We see Timo through the sniper rifle scope of Mavra. You set up at a really good perch, and you see through that scope, we see Alan is near Timo. Also there among the retinue is Yana, and then a few Gamorreans along with them, and they're standing around. And we have, where is it that we see Nalru?
Nalru is on a little headset communicator, and she is coordinating because she has brought her gang, and they are essentially have infiltrated as droid servants to help protect Timo. So some of them have like little bow ties and things like that, and they're carrying trays of things, and they're moving around offering drinks and things. And
there's a moment where there's like one droid that has this hat and then some kind of face, and he pulls the faceplate down. You see there's jitters.
Yeah,
it was a very dorky callback. I'm sorry.
I'm using them to help protect Timo.
I like it. Yeah, so you've got your folks all around. Mouse droid's near you because mouse droid is great for communications back and forth. And where is it that Nauru is? So you've got your people. Are you in some kind of area where you can visually see them, or are you kind of underneath where you can move in closer and get it? And just so we're clear, right? Like there's like the VIP boxes is where the huts are, and then there's a whole bunch of rows and rows of stands that people are watching all of the.
I'm probably down in the pits.
Ooh. Droids are running around comically dropping into their little, they're like an eye. They're like a miner's hat with droid legs on it, and they fold up. So
Right.
They're very easy to travel around, and they're scampering all over the different pod racers and doing their final fixes. And there was a question here. Nauru would have fixed I2, right? I mean, it's up to you.
Oh,
You
yeah,
had time if you want it to be so. Cool. So we hear dun 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 dun, and the big president, crowds cheering. We have an announcer, the loudspeakers echoing, and when we see Rox down there by their pod racer, what does Rox look like? Is Rox in like a new outfit of some kind?
Rogus doesn't have anything. He doesn't. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I suppose I lost everything: my armor, my vibroaxe.
You can have it back. You can have something like it back. I mean, you came back, so maybe you came back with your stuff. Although I don't think you need a vibroaxe anymore. I don't think the mask wants you to have.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we see like Sutao. Maybe. Yeah. I probably didn't buy. I probably just took by force some kind of like a new cloak. I think Sutao still has some resemblance of color matching, so probably cloak is gray because I imagine pod racer is totally gray.
Cool. I like it.
So, and just that, like a cloak, a hoodie, underneath probably still stinky Jawa old clothes, and they are ready to race. They just get on their pod, just make sure that nobody sabotaged anything, and just turn on the engine, and are just ready to provide some entertainment over here.
Yeah, where you fire it up, they have the two engines. There's this purple electric thing that connects the two of them, brings them into sequence. Everybody else starts queuing there up. We pan across and we see some a bunch of different pod racers are all introduced, and among the ones that are introduced is Tislaj, who is a Feline. And you recognize her, Mavra. This is the Feline lover of Crix, the human pod racer, and you did your contract, but she's gonna race.
It's good that someone does.
For Crix. Also, we have the Doug, that's supported and backed by Sebulba the Younger, as a female Doug, and she raises her little arm. She's standing on her little front legs there, raises her little arm as people cheer, because of the legacy of Sebulba. And there are a number of other species that are introduced, including, hold on, I
would like to do maybe a small scene before we all get to here with Sutao and Mavra.
Sure.
So maybe after you spend some time with Alan and you just got back to your apartment, so Sutao was there, and then maybe we cut into the middle of the conversation, and Rox are saying, the competition in pod racing is hard, and although my pod racer is super fast, if you could, make sure that those ahead of me have some troubles, as a one shot, so I can take them off. We can split their words.
Mike, I think I can distract myself from guarding Timo long enough to help.
Cool. I heard that this year Timo is really sure that one of his own stable will win. So the reward is like pretty hefty because he threw some more jingle into the reward pool. So it's gonna be ours.
Well, hopefully he'll have plenty of other things to worry about.
Are you worrying that something might happen other than just pure racing?
Like, there's, looking at my comm just for, refreshing. I'm like, there's another assassin on planet. And Timo's, I think, rightly worried that they'll be targeted.
Well,
and to be honest, I'm not sure how vigorous I'm going to defend them.
Well, Mavra, I leave your business in your hands. Assassins, not assassins. Unless they stay on my way, then I can drive through them. Otherwise, I don't care.
Like, are you well?
I was told I stink like a Jawa, but I don't care.
Kind of used to it with Zoshta coming back from the cantina late. But I think your friends are worried about you.
No need to worry about me.
What you have going on, sort of, pointing to your mask.
Nothing to worry about, Mavra. Everything under control.
Good.
I've been talking with Alan to give me some hints, some lessons. Maybe after the racing, I will have more time for this.
I think he wants to make sure that you continue your progress.
Good. Not sure if I will have time. I will tell him that I will come by and visit him later after the races.
You should be near with Timo near the starting line.
Maybe I will have time before the racing starts. Who knows? Until then, Mavra, I will really appreciate your help.
Any chance for more jingle, I'm all for it.
Nice. We come back to the present after our little flashback of their conversation, and a lot of the pageantry is starting to come to a head. The little gambling houses that have set up here, everybody's putting in their final bets. They're kind of looking at the last array of the Padres to try to figure out from the seeding and who looks good. And there's some talk of like the Zabrak. I'm putting some money on the Zabrak. To keep in mind, the prize for the winner of the Mosespa circuit is a total of 5 barter. And of course, there's a great deal of prestige and favor there. And we're going to say that the odds on Rox are 2-1. Because Rox has no prior history. So everyone is picking you to not. There is actually there's quite a bit of bet that you won't even take off. Like your engines won't even fire up. You won't leave the starting gate. So not much faith in you.
Yeah, I'm probably racing like, no, not the first time. Last time it happened. Exactly, this happened like last time. I didn't have Narlu my pod racer, and it just exploded at the start.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. And I see some. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that since I didn't use my advice from 2 sessions ago, I changed it to I took a vehicle and a combat driver.
Okay, awesome.
In one advance.
That's awesome.
So that I have a vehicle with some physics like +2 speed. Let me just change the.
That is really smart. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you're using the ref book or if you're actually in the book, but we will be using some of the Road War moves.
Yeah,
because they're fun. We did that last session, and we had lots of Road War stuff going on. It was great.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
All right. Without further ado, the announcer calls out. He introduces Jabba the Hutt. After he introduces Timo, like Timo's kind of the guest star. Jabba's the way famous. Mos Eisley's big. Moshuda not so big. So you see Timo, of course, gracious, but there's definitely that hurt feeling. We cut into Alan, and after Timo's introduced, and there's actually 2 more Hutts that are introduced before Jabba. He's like way down the line. He's like 5th in line here. Timo just plays it cool and nervous, but Yana's over near you, Alan. She says, "Oh, that's gotta hurt. I can't believe he's like so far down the line."
Well, it's politics, I suppose.
Yeah. Are you okay? You seem happy.
I am happy. I really am. And you seem to have a certain glow as well, my dear.
Oh? I do? Huh.
You do.
Did Mavra tell you?
She may have mentioned it. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I didn't know we could crossbreed, to be honest, but
There are marvels all across the galaxy.
guess love finds a way.
Yes, I suppose it does.
We cut down to Naru making faces because, of course, Naru gets to listen in on that with all of her droids. Green, or so it's like the lights start signaling down. Everyone's fired up, and they're all hovering. All the pod racers are hovering over the space, the patch of ground. A bunch of them are pulling down their goggles and putting them on, but of course, Rox has their mask, and then boom, and all of the pod racers start taking off. A couple of them already bouncing against each other. The crowd goes crazy, and Rox take off, and Naru did a real good job. You started off very, like, your seed in this was terrible. You're way, way, way at the back. But several people lose some barter on you because you take off. And zip past the starting line, maybe 20th in line. They're already passing by 3 carcasses of pod racers. They bounce each other immediately, and a couple of them spin out, and some engines crash into a set of stands, and the engine kind of half explodes, and people are running away. Pit droids are running over to try to put it out, like spraying a little exhaust out of their fingers and the like. Naru, yeah, it's pretty hectic down here.
Look at all those parts and pieces that blew up, and I'm going to go scavenge.
Yes, sweet, sweet. That is awesome. So you take off, Rox, and the very first bit is Waldo Flats. There are a lot. This first bend here is a bunch of tight turns. So I would like for you to deal with bad terrain here. We have to deal with bad terrain. Roll plus cool, plus your vehicle's handling. You got +2 speed.
Yeah,
Is it
this
flat
vehicle
on
is
handling
built for
then?
speed. Yeah, Jessica, so you know, I'm just playing for this because we wanted to have pod racing. I'm horrible at racing, just so you know.
It's okay. We're gonna like abstract it out pretty quickly. This is not. I'm not. Sweet, cool. So that is a 5. Yes, that's a miss.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to spend my hold, and I want a flashback.
Do it.
I haven't used that +1 forward. Essentially, I would like to try and have souped up Sutao's vehicle on that tarmac before he left.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay,
that
cool.
okay?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think that's a perfect use of your little one hold there.
To do what?
Essentially, I want to do an assist for you,
Okay.
and do that when we're right on the tarmac. Come up and go. Okay, better get ready to hold on. Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. Roll
So go ahead.
HX, and I'm going to take my one forward. Well,
I think you needed a 10 plus. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx you. Holy crap, you roll a 12, which gives a +2 to rocks. Rocks, you succeed. You get to choose one.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. This is amazing. Yeah. I guess I'm not pushing it too hard. I think I have to like slow down and pick my way forward. Probably like the boss like too fast, and I have to like slow down, turn, then like, speed up, slow down, turn. So I have to like slow down.
This is crazy, right? The amount of like you at one point you have to go like this with a turn, and you see some of the other pod racers like they go bank up onto the candied wall. One of them hits a rocky outcropping and spins out, and then you just narrowly avoid a couple of shots, like rifle shots, and we span up and we see there are several Tusken Raiders because this is just the thing that they do. And among them, we're pretty sure that one of them is Boulder. They throw up their hands. And you've got 2 more laps where they're going to take pot shots at you again. That is the spot right there in Waldo Flats. You have to slow down a little bit, so you're still kind of bringing up the rear end, but you're in 15th by the time that you hit out to the Mushroom Mesa. So Mushroom Mesa is a long, flat, very easy to navigate. You just build up as much speed as you possibly can until you hit to the notch. So we'll do one more roll, and we're cutting away from that roll result to catch up with everybody else. So I need you to give me an overtake another vehicle because you're trying to catch up to some of the other pod racers. With that one, you roll plus cool.
Yeah.
But
I'm just really thinking if I want to start playing dirty over here or not.
Oh, you could, but this is modified by your relative speed, and you have +2 speed. So,
yeah, I think, yeah. So we could do that roll in addition. So I definitely imagine like Sutao doesn't play nice. So for example, when there was like a I'm riding just next to someone, and there's like a narrow passage. There's this narrow passage. I just like slam into him, throw him to the rocks, and then just like passing through. Maybe there's someone else, or just like we see like Sutao just like takes his like sleeves off, and there is this like droid blaster, and there's like bang, 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 bang. Someone that's like totally playing super dirty. Take out some competition. So however you want to put it into.
That's awesome.
Or not. That's up to you, Sue.
Let's say that you're going up against a Gran. Those are the ones that kind of look like cows with 3 eyes. Skinny little Gran who's got a weird set of goggles, and he's like getting bumped by you, and you're trying to take him out. So why don't you? I think you're just trying to seize by force, take him out, right?
Yeah. When I seize by force, his position. Hard 0 forward. Cool.
Good at that. Holy crap.
Yeah. So
go ahead and think through your options. I'm going to jump away from you.
Perfect.
Cool. So Alan, you're there with Yana. You've congratulated her that the race began. Of course, there are a bunch of cam droids that are following the action. What is I2 doing?
I think I2 is probably going to try and follow the action as well.
Okay, cool. Timo calls you over,
Yes, great Timo.
Alan, what do you think? Dangerous? I feel under threat.
I'm going to kind of look around, but I'm also kind of opening myself up a little to the force.
Cool. And just, I didn't say so before, but to be clear, there are no stormtroopers with Timo right now. He rolled in with Gamorreans, you, and Yana, and a bunch of droids for some weird reason.
Okay. Are there stormtroopers at all around?
There are not stormtroopers around.
Oh, that's good. How about, I don't know, should I do insight or augury? What do you think there?
Augury? Interesting. Talk to me about it.
You need special stuff to do those.
Yeah, you normally, in order to
Oh,
do
that's
an
true.
augury, yeah, you usually need like things to be your antenna and that kind of stuff. So
That's true. Okay. Well, then I guess, how about just, I'm going to read a sitch.
oh, that sounds lovely. Great choice.
Okay. And
You read a charged situation, roll plus sharp.
well, that's a 7.
Okay, don't. Oh, that is not an XP opportunity for you, but a 7 gives you one question.
All right. What should I be on the lookout for?
Ooh, okay. There are a couple of things you should be on the lookout for. First of all, you see among the crowd, you spot another Kamasi, a female, and she seems familiar, but you kind of catch her amid a crowd, right? It seems like that might be Tegas, and I'll type that in.
What do I know about her?
Tegas Sulkik is she's a Kamasi who would have been off-world at the time that things happened, so it flows. She has been a diplomat. She's been accused of, by her homeworld, of being a little too extreme at times. So she's kind of worked her way in and out of being a diplomat as different regimes came about in the Kamasi over the last, say, 20 years. She's the kind of person that gets pulled in by governments that are more like, let's be a little more protectionist, let's be concerned about Kamasi's concern, versus the ones, let's make peace and let's trust the Republic. And she's definitely on the more extreme end of the Kamasi.
All right.
And then the other thing is that you catch sight of a pale white figure up in the flats with a top knot, who has a long rifle that doesn't look that different from Matvra's long rifle, but no scope on that rifle whatsoever.
She probably even closes her eyes. I will, great Timo, and I will sort of direct my gaze up towards her. That one, I feel something. I do not think that is one which we should ignore.
Timo, his big eyes, they narrow a little bit, and then he reaches over and he grabs a pair of binoculars on a stick and holds them up. And then he says, ooh. Oh. Manipulates this little thing, and he starts pulling deeper in to kind of get out of view of that particular range.
And I think I also, Timo may be the target here, but a Kamasi that could be a little roguish, and with my own history, I'm not entirely sure he's the target. And so, being a respectful servant, I'm going to step behind Timo so I can better advise him.
That sounds perfect. We swing up to Mavra. Mavra, you've been watching and trying to keep a wary eye on things, and you see Alan come up and speak with Timo, and then the two of them start receding, like moving backwards into. And this is an open air
Sure.
VIP box, right? So they just kind of slide back into the shadows, and it's a little more difficult to see. You can see like the bottom of the grav sled. You can see a little bit of Alan's cloak, and Yana there as well. She seems clueless, like she doesn't understand what they're doing. She just actually moves to the edge and starts watching them.
I mean, obviously, I'm keeping an eye on things as well. With my sniper rifle, looking around and scanning for the assassin, who I'm sure would be at this event, because why else would an assassin be here?
By watching closely, I'll just say that you spot the antenna on the top and the top knot of Aura Singh. She's at an angle that's not very easily accessible for you. I mean, you could maybe hit her top knot. Maybe you could hit the top of her head. You're not sure. She's hidden in pretty well from your vantage point. You could probably move and get closer if you wanted.
I think I want to get a better position.
Awesome. So let's have you do something under fire.
Sure. I'm checking my battle hardened move. Not sure if it applies only during battle or not. Nope.
No, we act under fire. Yeah, you can roll hard. So
it's worth an extra 1 anyways, which gets me to a 7.
Awesome. Don't forget that gives you an XP because you rolled hard.
And I have a choice on that, or does it just...
Nope. It is do something under fire. You flinch, hesitate, or stall. I can offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice. So you move across. I imagine you're up on like a little plateau.
Yeah, I assume I'm on Ben's Mesa on the map.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds great. You're up on Ben's Mesa. Now, Ben's Mesa is... There are other people who can't afford to be down in the stands who are here too. But you found a nice little perch. And she's actually across the mesa. There's a couple of gaps you'd have to climb. You can get a great shot on her. But to do it, you're going to have to move yourself out of position to be able to keep an eye on Timo at all. Or if you want to move in tight without keep losing sight of Timo and Alan, she's going to notice your movement.
I'll choose the latter.
Okay. Sweet. So
I'll be in a position where she can see me.
Okay. You start moving up and you take a position, and she will swing around. And you see her bring her rifle around, and she calls out, "Hey, what are you doing?" She's kind of hiding down. You see her rifle come down. She's still
keeping an eye on you in case you go after my protector or my my client.
Who's your client? Maybe we can reach an agreement. Maybe I'm not even after them.
Who's your target? And maybe I won't have to collect this bounty. Giving a quick tap on my
manipulate her to reveal.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
See if I can roll a 5 and keep the streak going.
More 5. Come on, 5s all day long. Nothing but 5s. There's got to be a game where rolling a 5 is a good thing, right?
Oh, I actually make
7. Aww. She says, "You think it's the Hutt, right?"
A shrug.
No, I'm not after Java or Timo or Korlik. None of them. I'm not that crazy. Just a little pissant Kamasi. Then we cut away from you down to Nauru. So Nauru, you see that over the cam, the vid display, that there's a Grand that gets completely trashed, and the long run headed towards the Natch, and you've scavenged up a pretty goodly amount of stuff. But there's a Rhodian who comes up, and she says, "Hey, That's mine. My crew, my scavenge. She's got a blaster, but it's not out. Like it's on her hip. She's wearing engineering, like an engineer, mechanic stuff. She's got wrenches and shit. And poodoo. What do you do?
I got things to do, so I will drop some of it back on the ground. I don't give it to her. I drop it on the ground.
She walks over, picks through it. Huh. You got good taste, girl. Starts picking it up. There are a couple pit droids that come over, and she tosses it to them.
I'm gonna. So this can be essentially a mama fixer to a rust bucket on my little comm, and my gang technically is about 15 people big.
Yeah, they are.
So I'm gonna split off some of those droids, like a gang of them, and I want them to go up, and the next time that our friend comes by, they should put some shots into the sand people to keep them from firing on him.
Nice. So you're seeing
essentially don't have to hit them, just have to scare them, throw them off so they can't get shots in. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I think you're just trying to. Let's see. I want to see if there's any combat moves that better fit, because of course, Cease by Force is the first think I have. The think I have. Me and words. I make words happen. Tactical and support. Stand Overwatch. Lay down fire. Yeah, lay down fire.
Okay. What do I roll with that?
You roll plus hard.
Plus hard. Does the gang give me anything for that, or is it just a tool for doing that?
The gang do not give you anything.
Okay. So they just take the problems for it.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
A fail?
That is a fail.
I'm doing all the trouble of trying to get you the options. What a waste of my time. On that.
Well, there's still like choose one. A lot of those combat moves have like misconditions on them. So
choose one. I still get a move, but you do get a choice. Provide covering fire, allowing another character to move or act freely, which is exactly what you wanted.
I actually think I want to consider the supporting fire to give him a bonus.
Nice. You give him a +1 choice to their own battle move. That sounds cool. All right. So we'll pick up with that in just a second.
Okay.
We'll come back around to rocks. So you have been able to, we're kind of abstracting this a bit.
Yeah. So my options are like suffer a little harm. How to take position? No. Sorry, I forgot. They definitely hold. So I think I like don't destroy the guy I was like smashing into, but I just like take his position. So I they definitely need hold. I suffer for a little harm because I'm aware that my pod racer is quite delicate. So I do it. I like hit them with like the engine and try to scare them with the exhaust more than just actually like smashing into them. And I take option like I frighten the enemy. So maybe like the next guy in line that I'm getting out to, he just like slows down and just like, sure man, take the spot, no worries.
Yeah. So pod racers are pretty crazy. You do get scared, but he does it. He knows he's on cam. So what he does, he actually pulls back and he's just going to ride your wake. Like, oh, you're charging ahead? Awesome. I'll just ride in your wake and you go right ahead, buddy. Have at it. I'll be your backup or whatever. And you can deal with the next guy in line. You move up, you're already 10th in line by the time that you come to the whip. The whip is pretty crazy. I don't know if you can see that on the map.
Can you like?
highlighty
Oh,
thing.
cool. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, the whip is a full horseshoe and then another horseshoe. You've already passed by a beggar's canyon. That's where you took over and were able to move, and now you're in 10th position. So let's go to our bit. So yeah, ooh, that's neat. There are a lot of cool movements. The Feline is ahead of you, but the next in line is that female Doug. She's been bouncing a couple of people. She pilots like Sebulba, and she's bounced a couple guys. And as you come around, you see she actually goes up onto the wall in that first horseshoe and bounces one person, and their pod racer goes up and over the canyon, just takes off and continues going. And then she comes down, she looks across, and she's high on the bank, and she looks down and she sees you, and she pops out a little holdout blaster and starts firing at you.
Yeah. I suppose I like steering with one hand, and I have this like droid blaster on the other. I like return fire, but I'm actually using this like not hollow blaster, just like this droid assault whatever.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. It's down the droid arm. Oh, that's great. Awesome. Cool. So I think this is gonna be fun if we're doing single combat with someone. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Sounds really good.
Okay, we can do single combat with someone, no quarters, exchange harm, but first roll plus hard. She's doing 2 harm to you with her little holdout blaster. And if you're using the droid blaster, that would be the same as a blaster carbine. What's the blaster carbine on yours, Mavra? Is it 2 or 3? I think it's 2, right?
My blaster is 2.
Okay, cool. So it's 2 harm that you're firing back at her. Now, on a miss, I get to choose one against you. You definitely made. You inflict terrible harm or you suffer little harm.
Both. On 10 plus both.
That's right. On 10 both. Cool. So you inflict terrible harm. That's 3 harm. That's you suffer little harm, so you take 1 harm. But if you choose to wear your armor, then you only have to roll. Or what's your armor? Is it 2 or 1 armor? It's 1 armor.
I really don't. So do I get all of my stuff back? Like half of my stuff back?
Let's say you get half your stuff back. You can choose. Do you want to wear your battle armor or do you have your vibro axe?
I think I scrounged up and built some armor over there because I already have a lightsaber. So I lost vibro axe, but I still think that the pod racer takes the damage anyway. Not my armor. So that the vehicle takes the damage, I think.
Oh, okay. I was trying to update your lightsaber, and I think somebody clicked on it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I removed the vibro axe. I clicked out from the field. I have no idea what are the stats on a lightsaber. So.
In right now.
Maybe I have to close and reopen.
Okay, done.
Oh wow, yeah, sounds really messy. Cool.
Yeah,
so yeah,
it's messy. It takes.
Do you want to roll some vehicle harm?
Yeah, let's roll some vehicle harm.
Road warrior. I'm thinking where it was.
A vehicle suffers harm. 1 harm is cosmetic damage, 2 harm is functional damage, 3 harm is serious damage.
Yeah, I'm thinking that there was some roll of
V harm. When you suffer V harm, roll V harm suffered. On a 10 plus, you lose control and your attacker chooses 1. Crash
cool.
or spin.
Cool. Just quickly checking my combat driver. I believe I will take -1 to it. So I will make a frat roll. Yeah, when I suffer V harm, take -1 to a roll.
Okay, so you're rolling basically flat because of your armor and everything. So you're rolling -1. V harm -1. So 2d6 -1.
Well, I think the pod racer took the damage. So I noted like 1 harm on the pod racer. So I will roll like +0 because I believe the vehicle took 1 harm.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, this distance, we are probably more like shooting at the vehicles than ourselves, actually.
That makes sense.
And it's
Oh, that's
not more serious.
3. That's exactly what you want to roll. That's perfect.
Yeah, so maybe like
on a miss,
her
you
vehicle,
swerve
like
but recover. Yeah.
Yeah, so probably the like her pod racer like starts on fire. The blaster just hits probably the engine, and the engine starts on fire. And I just like push on, and I just like press on the full thrust, and I like on the next turn I like take her high position and just swing on the next turn.
Nice. And of course that one. Let's see. We'll say that the one that you passed by, like that he let you pass. We'll say that is, what the hell is a Gungan, right? So the Gungan is he's just hanging out behind you, man, just riding your wake, watching all this craziness go on. And he reaches in, he pulls out some like fish treats, and munches on it. He's still riding along.
Oh, cool.
Good race. Cool. So yeah, you come back around to the other horseshoe, and guys both come shooting out of those turns, which are the whip, and you're headed towards the Jag Crag. Is that Jag Crag Gorge, I guess? And we will cut back to Mavra, as you've just been told that Aura Singh is trying to kill a Kamasi. What do you do?
I nod and just, give, sort of like a little hat tip, type gesture, and, casually, train my scope back on, on Timo. And basically I'm just waiting until she trains her scope somewhere, and then I'm going to shoot her.
Ooh, I think you're acting under fire to pull that off, right? Or
Sure.
when you attack someone or unsuspecting or helpless, ask if you can miss. You could treat it as going.
I don't know if she'd be considered unsuspecting though.
Yeah, you're right. I think
unless the act under fire is, to lure her into complacency.
If you are successful with the act under fire, if you roll a 10 plus, you get to
or manipulate.
And she doesn't do it back. Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, you're trying to manipulate.
Whose side are you on?
Oh, sorry.
Bluff fast talk or lie someone. Okay, yes, no, that's absolutely the right move.
Okay, so of course the leverage is that I'm not going to try and collect the bounty on her. So
there you go. Hey, your hot's highlighted, so you can XP.
Yeah, great.
When you roll a 5. Roll a 5. Roll a 5.
Oh, there you go.
What? Oh man. Cool. So
I'm like, fight another day, and and I train, back on, Timo, and
she goes across and she starts dialing in. You see, she doesn't have a big scope like you, man.
She starts dialing in low. I can't see the angle from here, so I mean, she has to be shooting at Alan, because Alan's wanted for who knows what crimes.
Yes. You do your harm. How much harm do you do?
Bunch.
Yeah, it's like
3.
3, 4. Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, so just as she's dialing in, you see me sort of load one into the chamber and just turn and just fire.
Oh, you just turn and snap fire like you've already got it all lined up. Oh, that's dope, man. We see a spray of blood, and she rolls off from her little sniper position, and we see the gun. It falls down the side of the.
I'm sure some happy San, someone is gonna be very happy. Yes, for that gun.
That gun drops to the sand, and then we see the first 2 of the pod racers. One of them being, of course, the Feline. She's moved up, right? She zooms by, and then Rox comes by, and they are still side by side with the Doug, the female Doug, and they're no longer like butting into each other. They're just racing along through the straightaway here, and then we have the Gungan. It's just zipping along, and there's a big cheer from a bunch of Gungans that have come in, and a few Nabooans. They're there as well. Like, I can't believe that he stole the race. I told you, pay up. And then we cut back to, we're about to have the gang attempt to do their thing, which gives it +1 to the battle move, because it was supposed to be on this. This is the second go round, right? So the droids are up and they're messing with the sand people. It is a failure move, right? But you still gave that one option. So I'll deal with that in just a second. Alan, so you've moved back. You're in the shadows. Yana's moved up. She's leaning. Oh, here comes Rox.
I'm scanning that crowd and seeing if I can see Tagus, and more importantly, I want to catch Tagus looking at me.
Oh, sweet. So you are unable to get Tagus to see you. However, you can move I2 around because I2's been following and they're coming around. So if you move I2 down in, Tagus is moving up the crowd, actually.
Toward me? Towards
the general direction towards you.
Okay. As I2 comes around and circles in front, I'm going...
Tagus, of course, is like, oh, is that an Imperial? No, okay, good.
I'm going to brain whisper at Tagus.
Oh my! Well, why don't you do that?
And part of it is for the communication, but I do intend to maybe put a little scare in her. As it comes in, we get that it's probably not going to be the full holographic projection. Instead, just inside the eye, you're going to see me right in front of her. As I go, have you sold your soul to our enemies who would destroy our world, Tagus? Why have you come here? Let's see how I roll. Ha ha ha. That's a 10.
Ooh, so that's a 10 plus. They have to choose force your hand and suck it up, or cave and do what you want.
Yeah, and I want to know why she's come and bit of that. So you've joined who would destroy our planet.
Nice, she says. Alan. No, I haven't joined the Imperials. The Imperials are here. Where are you? We need to talk.
I am with the Hutt, Timo.
I'll make my way to you.
Come to the platform.
Of course. It's been forever. I can't believe you're alive.
I am pleased to see that you live still and have not fallen to darkness.
She looks around. I'll see you. Puts a hood over her head, and then she starts winding her way up the steps and moving through the crowd. So Mavra, you just shot Aura Singh, and when you glance back down to the crowd, you see that Timo moves forward, kind of zooms back in to see as Rox and 6 other pod racers zip by.
Okay. So I think I've, taken care of, perhaps the threat that to Alan. However, I want to, scan the crowd and, scan the other mesas to see if there's any remaining threats I need to be aware of.
Why don't you read a sage? Wow.
So I'm going to ask, what should I be on the lookout for?
What you should be on the lookout for is Timo, his Gamorreans. They're talking to a few other Gamorreans that you don't recognize. Doesn't look great.
Never trust a Gamorrean.
Never trust a Gamorrean.
What's my enemy?
You also see that Alan is moving off of the platform to talk to somebody.
Okay.
So you'll catch that.
What's my enemy's true position?
Ooh, so your enemy's true position, you recognize the mark. A lot of the Gamorreans, like they'll wear certain color markings, like I work for this hut, and the markings of these Gamorreans that are talking to Timos are from Java.
Okay. And I guess I'll ask, which enemy is the most vulnerable to me?
Which enemy is most vulnerable to you? Well, I mean, if you want to pop off a shot at Java, he's out there. The hell that will come back on you will be pretty crazy, but
Right. Okay, noted.
all right. So we'll cut to Naru. You have sent off some of your guys. Is Jitters leading the force against the Sand People, or is he still around you? Or is he
Jitter's just my
team?
buddy. He's not in my gang. He's just hanging around.
Oh, yeah, he's there for his looks. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So Mouse Droid and Jitters are up by Timo. You sent the other half out there. So you're a little exposed, but not super exposed. You got 15. Yeah. So I'll say you got a few. We'll say Eric is with you. Eric is with you, and he lets out of a little whirring warning noise before that Rhodian comes back around. She's had her pit droids pull everything away, and she sidles up to you. You guys are down on the ground, and the pod races like zip by, but it's enough to kind of kick up a bunch of dust. And she has her goggles on because those eyes get a lot of dust in them, Rhodian eyes. She says, "You're the one with the speeder bus, Naru, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Independent?
Yeah.
Huh. How you keep security? Guild. Engineering guild.
Bang!
Yes. Cool. I think you suckered her, man. Bam, you shoot her.
Yes.
How much damage do you do?
Let's see. I have to look at this.
So holdout blaster, it might be 2, I think.
I have an electro gun.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what that does.
Sweet. I think it does S harm.
Okay.
So you zap her, and she drops. And there are like 5 pit droids who all turn and look at you. And one of them pops down into his little helmet thing. The other 3 look at you. What do you do?
Yeah, you fuckers better button up.
Go aggro on these guys.
And we walk backwards, and we are cheesing it.
Oh, you're going to take off? All right.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, I reach over and I grab some of that stuff that she picked up off the ground that I threw in front of her before. I kind of pull it out of her jacket pocket and put it in mine as she's twitching on the ground.
Oh man, that's wicked. I think you're going aggro on these pit droids to not do anything back to you, right?
Yes. Okay, let me roll go aggro.
Yeah, roll plus hard.
Which is hard. Hey, guess what? I get to mark nothing.
Nothing. You just get the possibility of doing terribly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. It's a miss. It's so good. Delicious. Thank you so much. Cool. Yeah, so you tell them more will come their way, and they just all boop, 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 boop. They all pop in, and you see their little antenna flash a couple times, but they remain inert. You cheese it and head off with Eric. Say that you kind of really need to like head down a hallway, right? So you head deeper into like the stands area, and Eric is walking ahead of you, and then all of a sudden you hear from a blaster that goes through Eric slams into the wall and throws a bunch of sparks. And Eric drops to the ground. You're not sure. He could probably be repaired, but he goes inert. And you see that there is someone in Mandalorian battle armor. What do you do?
Huh. Let me think.
Nice. So we cut away from you to Rox. Rox, you're in maybe the 7th position here on the second lap. You've been going neck and neck with this Doug, and you guys have just made your way through that first pass. You're headed to Waldo's Flats. This is where you know the Sand People are coming. But you hear through your comm link one of Naru's droids telling you, hey, Sutao, don't worry about the Sand People. We've got it covered. Everything's going to be okie dokie. Roger, roger.
Copy that. Yeah, I think things need to be speed up because, as requested, need to do some boarding of another vehicle. So I suppose we are coming to like very narrow passage that only one can fit through, and I was like slightly behind this guy, this guy who is 6th. So I just like without remorse, just unbuckle like seat belts and just like take 2 steps and jump on his vehicle, like completely forgetting like mine. I'm just like taking over.
Wait, are you doing this to the poor Gungan who just wants to ride in your wake and come in second? He's perfectly fine with coming in second.
No, the guy in front of me, of course.
The guy in front of me, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So let's see you overtake another vehicle.
It's like boarding.
Oh,
like,
board. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
like
You're right.
jumping on him. So like
Yeah, no, you're on it. Okay, cool. So we board him up. Roll plus cool minus its speed. I'm gonna say. Well, no, the speed cancels out because you got a 2 speed. It's got a 2 speed, so we're good on that.
Cool.
So roll plus cool. The board 1 oh, there we go. Minus the difference between their speeds. So there we go. Okay, so roll plus cool, and we'll see how it goes.
And maybe I'll help.
You can help. Also, you have +1 on this. I'll call this, even though it's Road War, it's a +1 a battle move, which is the option that Nauru chose.
Yeah, boarding doesn't really give me battle options.
It doesn't, but
You're kind of treating this whole thing as a battle.
+1 forward, basically, is what I'm doing. Instead of getting an extra battle option, get options from this. But I want it to be immediate rather than holding it. So it doesn't make sense to hold this past when the Sand People are involved.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just give you a +1 on it. And then if Mavra wants to give you a +1, tell me how you're helping, and you can roll it.
As I see, because I'm keeping an eye on the racers, and I see Sutao, getting out of the cockpit, and I'm like, yes, because I'm going to make odds on this, if they can end up in this other pod, and I'm going to just, plunk a, few shots, right into the, canopy area.
They might even
not hitting the,
nice.
Not necessarily hitting the pilot.
Don't blame the Sand People,
but making them, flinch.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll your HX.
10 up. I took leave no one behind.
Oh, nice.
So that when I help someone who's rolling, I don't roll HX. I treat it as a 10 plus.
Awesome. So you get +2. +3 total from the help from Nauru. +3, roll plus cool, +3.
Yeah, it's somehow I do it. It's only a 7, but it's a 7.
Wow, you needed
Just
all
enough.
that help. You needed all that help.
I needed all the help.
Wow. Okay, so on board a moving vehicle on a 7 to 9, you're on, but jeez. You jump through the air. You end up grabbing onto it. You haven't dislodged the pilot, though. You're going to have to climb up. And the pilot, I'm going to say they have Oh, we haven't defined who this pilot is that's ahead of you. I'm going to have it be the Feline because I think that's fun and for time. So she whips out a little electro whip and she starts like whipping around her head. And as soon as she sees her head, she's going to try to snatch you. So I want to see you try to seize this by force.
I'm just thinking that because okay, so what I would do, I would just like launch my like blaster a blaster and just aim at her and just like don't just take off.
Ooh, you would have. Oh man,
Yeah,
you're gonna
I'm
tell
trying
her
to
to
like
bail.
I'm trying to like diversify moves being used to.
I love it. Yeah. You want to go aggro on her? Go for it. Make it clear what you want. Roll plus hard.
Oh wow, yeah, it didn't go. It didn't go well.
Didn't go. Awesome. So,
it's a 4.
It is a 4. That is pretty terrible. Yeah, you rolled snake eyes again. How man? You need to buy new dice, bro. Okay. So you tell her to get off. She whips the electro whip, and you feel your hands just kind of go numb, and then you start to fall back. You go through that like blue lightning bolt thing between the two engines, and you're going to take 2 harm. Bam! You fly and you land right on the Gungan's cockpit. And he goes, "Ooh!" And you start to slide past it. He actually grabs you and like holds you there while driving with one hand. What do you do?
Yeah. I just like stand on his vehicle, give him a high five. Now drive me closer. I need to jump over there. I want to board the other vehicle again.
Nice. Cool. So we swing back around to catch up with Alan. Alan, you've moved around, and Tegas has joined you. We'll say that you're just like right outside of Timo's kind of VIP area and the shaded areas. There's the smooth kind of hard packed sand, and she's there. You see that she has a blaster. It's like one of those really dope looking like.
I was going to say that I'm not so trusting that I haven't gotten my own stun blaster near my hand.
Nice. And so you come out, and she comes up, and she says, "Timo the Hutt. That's not good. You're working with him?"
I have found the need, yes.
He's an informant for the Imperials.
He has been working with them, yes.
They destroyed our homeworld.
One has to do what one has to do.
That's not the Alan I knew.
I will be here fighting as best I can. I need to marshal my resources. There will be a time when this empire will fall.
Just let me in there. I'll kill him. I'll do what you can't.
If you kill him, then I will not know what the empire is doing. I will not be able to see their machinations. You've always been hot-headed. It is best to think, Tigas.
I smell Tagruta on you. You're mixed in with them.
Clearly, your sense of smell has failed you. How did you escape? What deals did you make?
There's a group called the Rebellion. They want to restore the Republic. I've joined the Alliance. You could join me too. Kill Timo.
Yeah. It is not our way to kill. Take us.
Our way got us killed.
kill him. I will not kill him.
She starts to step in, like trying to step into the suite where Timo is. She's just going to try to do it herself.
No. You will die and you will fail. This is a way for me to know. This is a way for me to give information. If you have this alliance, the information I can send you will be invaluable.
I want to see you manipulate her.
All right. I wish I was better at that.
I don't.
Shit.
I like it just the way you are.
Oh, dearie dear.
Yeah. So we cut to Mavra. Mavra, you see those Gamorreans.
Mm-hmm.
And the Gamorreans that work for Timo all turn and they start moving up towards Timo with their axes. What do you do?
And I saw Alan leave the stage, did I not?
Yeah. Yana's there, though. Like, right in the middle of it. They'll probably kill her. What do you do?
I think I want to drive those other Gamorreans back. With,
Nice.
gunfire, of course.
Well,
Blaster
yes, of
fire.
course. That's what you're good at. Sweet. So I think you are...
I think maybe C's, because I want to, take the position.
Yeah, I was glancing at lay down fire, but I think C's feels right to me. So
Yeah, whichever one you think is more
yeah, I
appropriate.
think C's is better. Okay. Roll plus hard. You guys are going to exchange harm, exchanging by...
Yeah, and I'm going to take the +1 forward on this for my Rita situation.
Yeah. You totally have earned it.
Just enough.
Oof, nice. That is a 10. You get to choose 3 options, basically everything but one.
Yeah, so I'm going to suffer a little harm, which I assume would be to the, people I'm protecting.
Oh, actually, you can, a variation, defend someone else from attack. So instead of choosing to take definite control, you can choose to protect them from harm.
Okay.
Who are you choose to protect from harm? Timo?
Yana, but can I select Timo as well?
With 2 options?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to select Yana. I'm going to select Timo. And I'm going to frighten my enemy.
Nice. So, Alan, you look back for a second as Tegas is trying to make her way in, and that's when you see these Gamorreans just start trying to bum rush Timo. They hack down 2 of the Twi'leks to stand up like, no! And one of them heads for Yana, and then boom, he gets blown away. And then there are 3 more that are coming for Timo, and 2 of them get shot, and the 3rd one runs squealing, and he's headed towards you. What do you do?
Am I fairly close to Timo?
I think you moved away from it. I imagine that like there's this very wide suite kind of area. So it's like some open space between, enough for, 15 Gamorreans to walk around. So I don't think it's necessarily a tight space.
Okay. I really want to use this move, so I'm going to try. I want to use the Mother's Heartbeat.
Do it. Do it. It sounds awesome.
I really need to roll well. Let's see how it goes. Come on, baby. That's an 8.
Oh, it's an 8. Now, tell us what Mother's Heartbeat is real quick, and what does it look like?
Alrighty. The look is, as I see this going on, I think it almost gets into slow-mo as I can feel the thoughts as I open myself up to the Force. I could feel the thoughts of these people. I could feel the anger from Tegas. I could feel the greed from this Gamorrean, possibly even feel the fear coming from Timo as he sees his possible death. And a light begins to sort of shine up around me. The move is when you withdraw into the world of the Psychic Maelstrom, roll weird, and I have some choices off of that. With my 7, I get to choose 1. And I am going to raise up my light. And as I disappear into the Force, Timo comes with me.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and so you see this, Mavra. You see Timo and Alan just go, and they're gone. We cut down to the Mandalorian battle armor wearing person and Naru. And you raise your hands, and he's got a E40, like a little blaster rifle, but he reaches and he pulls out a thermal detonator, and he says, Naru, $5 barter. Leave this for Timo. When he's dead, it's yours. In 3 days, if he's still alive, I come for you.
Fair enough.
And he hands you the thermal detonator, and then he shoots Eric in the head. And he'll stride off.
I say, hey.
Stops. Turns.
Click. Throw it between us. Don't shoot my fucking friends.
That is insane. Okay, cool.
And I will do the leap back, hoping to ameliorate some of the damage from that.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. I'll have you act under fire to avoid some of this harm.
Okay. So let me roll that. That is going to be... Oh, act under fire. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
your roll was cool.
better thing for me. That is a 10.
That is awesome.
Eat thermite!
You get out with 3 harm is what you get out as you jump and dive onto the sandy straightaway there, the start stop. Yes?
I have armor, so it'll go down to 2, but that still hurts like a dickens.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Go ahead and roll your harm move. So roll 2d6 plus 2. Oh, you missed it. That's perfect. Perfect. That's when you want to miss it. Awesome. And when you look back, the guy in Mandalorian battle armor is not there. That was really close to him. You may have vaporized his ass. And just so we're clear, it is within Star Wars canon that there's not just Boba Fett and Mandalorian battle armor.
Oh yeah, no, there are plenty of Mandalorian doofuses.
Yep. Okay.
And I go, I think I just look at whatever my bots are around me, and I go, oh, 5 barter. I'm stupid.
And Mouse Droid's like, that was close. That was really close. Poor Eric. You can repair him. You must repair him.
Yeah.
If you can take my antenna, if that will help, I'll give it.
We got it. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Okay, awesome. So we have, you guys are coming around, and I know we're coming up close on time. So we got to see this second boarding the vehicle. And I think that where you're coming out, we have the female dog and the feline are first and second. And you're currently in third, Rocks. And this, we're just going to go ahead and fast forward to the point where you're coming up on the third lap. And you need to board a moving vehicle. Oh, this is insane. If you fail at this, you're done. Like, the race is over because you missed the vehicle and you're on the ground, which is you know, it's what it is. Roll plus cool. Let's see how this goes. Is that right? 0?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this Gungan, he flings you with all of this little Gungan might, and you fly through the air. Yeah, exactly. So you can't. Poor Mavra's not helping because she's like, "Where did my boyfriend go?" You fly through. You land on one of the 2 engines. Start climbing through, climbing your way up, and we'll say that this is on the Doug from before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you reach the edge of the engine, and then she pops a button and just releases that engine.
Oh yeah.
It's like you're right at the edge, and you see the tether come off, and the engine flies off in the air, taking you with it. You can kind of control it to keep yourself from being killed. And she just goes one engine, single engine, whips around, and takes off. And you hear the Doug laughter, and you think you hear the Gungan, "Sorry, man." And they take off. So we will end our crazy session with the moments of Mother's heartbeat. Timo is here in this other place, and he looks at you. Are we in divorce?
We are, great Timo.
Am I dead?
No. I wanted to show you. This empire you work with, they destroy everything they touch. Hear my people. They will do the same to you, to everyone. They will take us all into darkness.
He looks around. He hears the plaintive calls of the Kamasi. He feels their pain. He sees the Empire's destruction of the planet as your heart shows it. And I'd like to see you manipulate him to your side.
Oh, I'd like to see that too. Come on.
Oh!
We do not see that, unfortunately.
And he says, "Very well. You will help me, Jabba the Hutt. He needs to die if I do not work with the Empire."
Great Timo. I'm not sure I'm saying don't work with the Empire. I'm saying we have others that the information we can gain can be sent to. Let us use our strengths. Let us destroy the Empire from within.
Yes. Yes. They were only a tool. Mos Eisley is where I am headed.
No. Not so much.
Yes, great Timo.
He reaches out and he puts his massive hand on your shoulder. And we will end with that bargain struck. And that will be the end of our 4-session Tatooine Apocalypse World. That was super duper fun. Let's go ahead and do, even though, well, we may come back to it, so why not do the end of session move? At the end of the session, I ask each of you who knows you better. That person will then get to mark +1 HX with you on their sheet. Nauru, who knows you better?
Sutao, I think.
Oh, thank you.
All right. And Sutao, aka Rox, who knows you better?
I think Naru. she's the only one I almost interacted. I had just a small discussion with Mavra. So now,
Okay, cool. Mavra, who knows you better?
Alan?
And Alan, who knows you better?
Mavra.
Nice. I think there were some rollovers on HX there. So
Yeah.
that's some cool stuff. Very cool. Oof, this was super good. I'd like to take a quick bio break, and for anybody who can stick around, we will do Roses and Thorns. If you need to go,
I would love to. I feel so bad that we have guests that are here, and I have to take off. I feel so bad about that because I would love to talk about this because I dug it immensely. Sutao, love that interaction with you there. The whole change around, just great stuff all around. Really good stuff. That my roses are solid, dynamic, interesting play that I did not expect across the board from all three of you. That's what was good switches and changes and arcs. So that's always great. So thank you guys so much. I gotta split.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
See you
Thank
later.
you. Bye.
Hello.
Cool. For everybody else who can, I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Okay. Back in a few.
Holy cow, that was good.
That was fun. It was a lot of unexpected results there. Neat.
I wish that manipulate had gone better, but I look forward to, or you know, the imagination boggles at how horrible that will go wrong in the future.
This is definitely a game that like I want to keep playing with you guys, see what's going on with these characters. This was really good
characters.
Stuff. To have a play-by-post game, a few of them, but in one of the players, she's an amazing writer and really creative. And occasionally, when she has been playing intensely, they'll infect her dreams. And she just shared with me earlier over our Slack channel, I had a dream about my character.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's hilarious. And she has the weird dream logic of like, real world people will sometimes be inserted into the storyline of her character.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's funny.
I want to save it for Roses and Thorns, but this seemed to work, Rich. I mean, this really did.
I agree. This was real damn good.
And I've enjoyed Apocalypse World. I'm glad to finally play it, and it's got some awesome stuff to it. I mean, it's a solid game.
It is. It's the chassis of Apocalypse World is as good as it gets.
What's your next Star Wars one?
Rebel Blackbird.
Oh, that's right. Ooh,
and it's the Lady Blackbird hack that Jesse Ross and I have been working on, and it's It's going to be dope. 4 sessions of Lady Blackbird. I'm so stoked.
What will you do with all that time? You're usually done in an hour.
I know, right? What am I going to do? There was a point where Jesse was like, we need to have a lot of advancements because these guys are going to rack up a lot of XP. I'm like, shit, you're right.
God, that's a good system, too. Woof.
All right, cool. Welcome back. Let's hit Roses and Thorns, and then we can all go do weekend stuff. We will start with Thorns. Things that didn't work for you or could have been adjustments, slight disappointments. Feel free to be honest and open because this is a craft and something that I like to get better at. Pavel, let you lead off with Thorns.
With so many alien races and so many alien names, it's so hard to keep who is who. So I was like completely lost with, is it a race name? Is it a character name? So, and since, so if we are moving to Roll20, I think it requires the GM to like at least make a handout of like a photo or something of a character. Because it's like really hard to keep track. So I was like completely lost. Who NPC is who? Is it a race? Is it a name?
Yeah.
And I didn't want that to ask because I was not involved there. So I said, I will just like leave it. And second thing, I felt like very disconnected from everyone else in the session because you said you wanted to do some pod racing. I went into it, but nobody, the guys helped, but like not much else was that there. So I felt like disconnected from the others.
Yep, that's a good point. That is a good point. I feel like I could have made the pod race run a hell of a lot faster, so that we could have got you back to other player characters. Yep. Thank you for that, Paul. Steve, what Thorns did you have?
I don't know if I have any really defined. I would have liked to see, have seen more interaction with Satao, especially because with the Force, with his rider being a little bit more prevalent from his opening scenes. I kind of want to see how that played out.
Mm-hmm.
And in the pod, we couldn't see that. So I would like to have seen, like what Alan really noticed about it, in a scene somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you there. It's really good. And Tyler. I almost called you Alan. I don't know what's up with that.
That's fine. That means the character took. I really don't have any serious thorns that about the system or how you ran it. I think we had a lot of plot out there, and that's why it might feel like we kind of didn't get to. Because of course, I wanted to see that master student thing with Rox as well. I wanted to see that struggle with the mask, but at the same time, we had a lot of things that were going on, and those worked. It's not like I didn't feel like we ignored it. I felt more like it was still in that story to come. Mm-hmm. But obviously, I would have loved to have seen that, but that would have been a huge amount more story to have had that. So it's completely reasonable why it didn't get to it. But I did want to have that moment with you, Pavel. So next time.
Next time.
Cool. Awesome. We'll stick with you, Tyler. What roses did you have?
Oh, goodness. First off, you were right. This system does do this well. It felt exactly like that gritty Tatooine sort of story. I felt like the base moves really supported that. It took me, I think I mentioned that I'd had some trouble exactly centering in my thoughts when I got a hold of that mother's heart. Even only using it the once at the end, it helped completely define down the character for me. It really opened up exactly what I was looking for. So the system did what it needed to do to bring in what I guess is kind of a heavy Force character. And I thought that was neat. the play from everybody was phenomenal. I loved Lowell's character, the kind of devil may care, a little bit on that Machiavellian sort of feel. And then, you know, the thing that puts her over the limit is her droids, you know, and was willing to die for that. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful play. Pavel, that character's fascinating. That Rox is so complex and so neat, and the way you dig into that dark side, and I felt like you were kind of fighting being taken over, that there, you know, it made me think there was some light to work with, and so it gave so much to me to play into. I thought it was brilliant. You did such a good job. I loved it. And Steve, everything about the development of that relationship between us, I thought was perfect. I thought it was so sweet, and I'm
glad you pushed it.
Well, and to see Mavra as such a, you know, such a tough chick, but then there is something sweet, and I was really pleased that Rich brought up, you know, the question he asked from the sex move, and your answer just, it was brilliant. It was just so pretty, so wonderful. So thank you so much for doing that with me. And of course, Rich, I mean, you're the master. This was top end, buddy. I mean, this was first rate.
Awesome. Oh, thank you, Tyler. Steve, what roast did you have, sir?
I enjoyed all the players. You know, Lowell and his, you know, sort of, you know, craziness of Nauru. Pavel with the, you know, the mask. I especially loved this session when you were, you know, the fearful, you know, for not having the mask. That vulnerability in a faceless is always great. You know, loved Tyler pushing the relationship with Mavra. I don't think Mavra would have, you know, done that on her own without, you know, Alan pushing it, so it's great. And I had thought about, you know, the secret shame, you know, type part, like, I don't know, a couple days ago, because I figured, you know, at some point I was going to get, you know, brain scanned. So I was glad I was able to have something sort of prepared for that. And Rich, I love bringing in all the, you know, the Hutts, you know, more Teemo action, you know, with little Jabba in the background, you know, making a play. I really enjoyed, you know, the different races and stuff you brought in this time.
Cool. Pavel, what roses did you have from the game?
I really enjoyed other character scenes. Sitting here watching a cool movie, a very emotional movie where Mavra is a cold-blooded killer, but then a moment later, like manipulate someone's or being tough but being vulnerable, and Tyler, just like brainer who tries to like orchestrate stuff behind the scene, and it's also nice and then like it's like I'm going to go out on him. So Rich, it was like really, really well made. I really enjoyed all the scenes, how you connected the stuff, the racing, the entire racing, the map prepared was like, so here maybe this, here maybe this, here maybe this. So yeah, I tried to like nail it towards the moves that I had better stats for, because this character was not made to race. No. This character was not made to win it, but it was like close, maybe possible. So yeah, I really enjoyed the session.
I did too. I had a great time. The Sand Noir thing from Mavra is so compelling, and I was like, "Yep, pregnancy thing. Let's see how this goes." And I was waiting for that moment where she would turn her back on somebody, but you didn't. Oh, Steve, I feel for Mavra. Oh, every time she gets out, they pull her back in. Oh. And the scene with Mavra and Aura Singh was really, really fun. I try not to use too many canon characters because I feel like people.
I had no idea who that was. So
that's fine. She's just literally in the movies. You see her head in one of the prequels. She was in the Star Wars Rebels series for a bit, or actually in the Clone Wars for quite a bit. She ran around with Boba Fett and with Cad Bane. No big deal. But like I always worry whenever I use canon characters, because people are like, "Oh, okay, are they untouchable? Can I actually do something?" Like, yeah, this is our story. Do whatever you want. You weren't afraid. And in my world, Arsing's dead. You shot her in the head. So that is what it is. Tyler, I'm really glad things clicked for you. I found Alan a supremely compelling character, and watching you struggle with the way that the brainer is angled and trying to ride the line of no, I'm a pretty good guy, and how you just lashed on to the whole thing with Tegas and roped her in because I really wanted a character that like brought face, front and center that conflict and what's driving Alan, and you just chewed it up. It was so good, so good. And they've already said it, Powell, but I will reiterate that Rox was awesome. Like, I am not the person who watches Star Wars for the light side, dark side, dudes running around with laser swords, but I would tune in for the story of poor Rox and getting manipulated by this whole Sith thing, and watching him try to find his own identity within it was really, really great. I like the character a lot, and I appreciate how you played them.
First, this is a cool playbook. It's so easy to play it like as a brute, but then I thought, oh, come on, this mask, it has to be like something more than just a brute.
Yeah.
Let's make it a Sith mask.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's a great pull-in.
That was super smart. Really, really clever. So I will be thinking about this game all day. You guys had a great time. Thank you all so much. And Lowell, if you watch this, I know you've got like 20 other games to run and all that other stuff that you do, but damn, Naru was awesome. And I was not sure if that last insult to injury was going to do anything. And you're like, thermal detonator. And I'm like, oh my God, this is great. What a great turnabout. Naru is such a great, just dirty character. So perfect for Tatooine. It's great. So I had a fantastic time playing with you guys. Thank you all so much. And yeah, this has got to come back in the second half of 2018. I'm just calling it right now.
Cool.
This game's coming back. It was too fun.
Cool.
Thank you, Rich. It was
Later, guys.
great.